Good afternoon. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you are listening to episode number 25 of His, Hers, and Ours, a real-life couple holding real-life conversations with real-life friends. I am your co-host, Solomon Davis, joined always by...
Shannon Royal Davis.
No nickname?
Nope, not today. I'm not in it.
Okay, I feel you. Coming to you live from the house that Surgeon Alfie built, Flow Ohio Studios. To my right, I have Alfie Santana.
Yo.
Also joined by the team captain of Team Solomon, Reginald Gray. Behind the ones and twos, the Surgeon General himself.
Yeah.
Serge Gotti. I want to start this episode off by saying, Serge, man, I owe you a sincere apology.
It's too late. Heart's broken.
We purchased tickets to come out and see you and Gino perform last Sunday at the Orpheum.
That's support, though.
We had the
y'all
tickets
got to
in
the fight
hand.
at Ray J? Is that what happened?
Nah.
That's why I made sure I asked
I was on my
Shannon,
best
you a good girl?
behavior.
Yes.
I was on my best behavior. Plus, my crew, our seat people were already like, "Hey, we got you. It's good."
They came with the brass
They was
knuckles.
ready. They was ready.
Just in case.
So nah, it wasn't like that. No, we
Nah,
had
we had babysitter
issue.
issues leaving the game. So I mean, I even called Reg up and was like, "Yo, man, we got the tickets if you want to shoot down there."
But
You know,
he was
but he was
careless.
tied up as well. So, so I want to ask you, how did everything go, man?
Oh, it was great. I learned some things. Free game to any artist out there performing. Have your performance copy of the instrumental
Absolutely.
in stereo, not in mono. I put them on mine in mono to save a little bit of space. But I learned from the sound guy, shout out to the sound guy, when you don't have it in stereo, the vocals and the music are all coming out straight.
Yeah.
Instead of splitting the music, having it
Gotcha.
go right and left, and
Right.
your vocals come down the middle.
Gotcha.
Boom. So I learned that. Now I got,
Gotcha.
little
But you
knowledge.
must have sold quite a few tickets because you
Yeah.
didn't go on until like
Yeah, we
10.
didn't go until 10,
Like,
10:30.
yo.
10:20.
And he let me rock an extra, that last track.
Oh, that's what's
I was
up.
just like, I know my time's up. Can I go? He's like, yeah, go on more.
That's what's up.
That's because, like, two acts before them, there's some childish-ass people with the mics, just drop the mics on stage.
And broke them?
No, but the sound people were about to jump on
Because
stage.
that
Oh, they
kills
were
their
going.
ears.
Yeah,
like,
they were
of
going.
course.
They were gonna
That's
kill that
nuts.
bull.
Okay.
Man.
So I
was
mean,
like-
overall, the experience, what'd you learn from it? I mean, what would you do different?
This other than the sound, that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a great
Gotcha.
time. I
Felt the energy of the crowd?
felt the energy. I had everything. I didn't mess up. I probably messed up one, maybe two words. That was about it. Other
But
than
you're
that,
hanging yourself on that because I'm sure nobody caught it.
no,
like you
they
did.
didn't catch
Okay.
it. But me, it's like,
In your ear.
There was a special audience member.
Ah, really?
Shout out to DJ Sandman.
DJ Sandman was in
Yeah,
the building.
I saw that.
Hillsboro Records.
Yeah.
That was cool. He popped in. It was real cool. I can't wait to do the next one. So
That's what's up. That's
So I
what's
got to
up.
tell you, I've taken my garage at home and transformed it into like a little mini gym. So instead of going to the gym, I've been getting my workout at home now.
Yeah.
But this morning when I was in there getting it in, my last little set, Phenomenal was. I was bumping it. That's an energy music, man.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
There you go.
That's how we started. Me and Gino did that. Then he did a track, and then I did the whole 19-something mixtape.
Yeah,
That's what's
basically almost like nonstop, too. It was like, went from one track to another track to
It was
another
good
track
time.
to another
That's
track.
good. That
Was it
means
just
he
your
was
tracks or
prepared.
his, yours, and yours?
This mixtape.
And I think I might have been the only person there without vocals on
Really?
there.
Yeah, for real, because
But no, that's what's up because I'll be honest. You know, sometimes when you hear rap concerts and stuff like that, you're like, why can't they put just the instrumental behind it? I want to hear the live vocals. I know how to sing along to the song. I'm okay with that. So sometimes I think that's something that's missed. Even when you look at the verses that transpire on the internet, they're rapping over themselves.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's really good to not have the vocals and hear it live and just get
It's a
the raw.
safety net for a
I
lot
like
of people.
it. But
Me, I
like
like to be
I
like,
get
hey,
it.
if I mess up,
Let me
you gonna
mess
know.
up. Yeah. Let me mess up. I like that.
yeah,
It's
no,
very dope.
it was a near flawless performance, I gotta say, because I was recording it.
That's what's up.
So when I get the behind the scenes footage, when I can,
We are working on getting that together. My dad's doing that right now.
That's what's
what's
up.
up. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
He just got
That's
to
really
update
good.
to his editing, so he's gonna finish it.
That's what's up. Absolutely.
yeah, it was a good time.
It's a family support thing.
And that's supposed to be your biggest cheerleader. So that's what's good. I like that.
so Miss Shannon, your week, how was it?
One of a little kind of like do a self check for yourself. So just trying to reevaluate some things and trying to create some different things for me, because I think sometimes I get hung up on being a mom, a wife, a sister, and all these different things. And sometimes you feel like you lose yourself in those. So that's me this week. I'm just kind of doing some self-evaluations and just trying to adjust and make some changes.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
How about you?
Had a pretty good week. Left Raymond James on Sunday feeling good.
Guys, how was that?
I mean, we all predicted beatdown in that game.
Even
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout like that.
Yeah,
You kept
neither.
saying a blowout, but I really couldn't. I couldn't put it in my mind that it was going to be a blowout, because I don't think that Miami was better than the Bears, or some of the other teams that we picked. I just didn't think that they would be better than the Bears in that regard. But
It was a
it's
straight
just
murder
matchup.
scene, man.
It was
murder.
It was, and it felt good going to work on Monday.
Poor Justin Fields, man.
He was sitting on the sideline like a kid in timeout. Poor thing.
Yeah, for real.
He did. He was like blowing his lips. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
I
what
think that's just his natural
Yeah.
face, but it just looks like
the baby face, man.
Yeah.
Just like I enjoy it.
It was rough.
So leaving Raymond James, went home Monday night, watched the New Orleans Saints against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a preview of what we may see tomorrow.
I called Seattle in that game, and damn Geno Smith. Jesus
What?
Christ.
And
Yeah,
believe
no,
it or not,
man.
I feel you on that, because if Russell Wilson's the quarterback of that game,
That game would have
isn't
been
close.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geno Smith was killing me, dude. Come on, bro.
But from here on out, after Monday, it was officially War Week. This is a
Uh-oh.
game I've been waiting 18 months for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've been waiting for it. I can't wait. 4 o'clock tomorrow. Can't get here fast
wait.
enough. It's just
And
one
we got
of
our
those
own
things.
war week. We got those dirty Steelers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Browns,
Sunday,
Steelers.
The Browns got
Well,
the
we'll
Steelers.
talk about it.
So it's one of them things. Just
Wait a
get-
minute. I mean, War Week. You've been quiet all week.
It's rivalry
Hey,
week.
listen. Real G's moving silence.
Like
when
lasagna?
when it's war when it's War Week, you have to chill. You have to plot.
You gotta
But
meditate.
trust me, come
Gotta put
4
the war
o'clock
paint
tomorrow,
on.
it'll be on.
Okay. I know I've been waiting for you to say something all week long in the group, and I haven't heard anything.
Nah,
I'm like,
I'm
you've been
trying
extremely
to get
quiet for some
nobody
reason.
no bulletin board material.
Right.
He don't want Jameis to see that.
I already made my
Yeah.
prediction for the game, so I'm like,
But
We'll hold it to
we're
it.
gonna
We'll
hold
hold it.
that
We're gonna get
together.
into it. But as usual, we're gonna start the first segment of this show with the culture. And with everybody in here being hip hop heads,
come
I
on.
want
I'm
to
not
take y'all
Culture Club.
back to 1996. Hip hop albums that were released in 1996.
Oh yeah, I saw that post earlier.
Yeah, what was it, 96?
96.
That was a good
Jay-Z
year.
released Reasonable Doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Outkast released ATLians.
Okay.
Atlians. Oh yes.
Tupac not
Yeah,
only released
yeah.
All Eyes on Me, he released Machiavelli.
Machiavelli at the same time. Yeah, later that
Same
year.
year. Nas released It Was Written.
Mm-hmm.
Mobb Deep released Hell on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that though.
The Roots released Illadelph Half-Life.
Yes. That's probably my favorite out of all those.
De La Soul
Really?
released Stakes Is High.
Oh, next.
Yeah.
A Tribe Called Quest released Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
That's Solomon's favorite.
UGK released Riding Dirty.
Mm.
Helter Skelter released Nocturnal. Busta Rhymes released The Coming.
Ooh.
That was dope.
Ooh.
And, I mean, it continues to go on and on. I mean, people who don't really follow hip hop that deeply, Bahamadia released, Foxy Brown released Il Nana,
Her fine
Lost
ass.
Boys, Legal Drug Money. I mean, there were a couple things out there, but
That was a good year.
probably my favorite album from that year, The Fugees, The Score.
That
Yes.
was 96?
That was
Classic.
1996. So this is the 25-year anniversary
Okay,
of that album
it's the
being
score.
released.
'Cause out of all those, I had the score. Mike got tired of me.
Yeah, man.
I had that sucker on repeat, like every single track from start to finish. Only when I didn't play, I skipped over, which people are going to laugh at, was Killing Me Softly.
Okay.
And the only reason I skipped over it was,
Really?
here's the reason why.
Everybody played it already.
No, I'm old enough to remember the original song.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So
So to hear it.
Yeah,
it
so I
made
was
it.
like, oh, come on, leave it. God. I just kept
Yeah.
skipping over it. So other than that, I played that album out.
I think I had all those. You know, remember it was a BMG back in the day, and you get the
six
12 CDs.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Or a penny.
For
Yeah.
1 cent. Yeah.
I think I had like
people credit probably messed up from that.
I think
mess
all of
up.
them. I think I must have worn
For a penny.
Alien out.
Right.
Alien, yeah, man.
The
So-
mess of my credit.
With that being stated, Wyclef, Lauryn Hill, and Pras decided
Who?
to get together. The members of the Fugees.
No, last guy.
Proswell.
Okay.
Proswell.
Yeah. They decided to get together and do a 12-city tour to commemorate 25 years of the score.
Okay.
And it was set to start next week.
Oh, starting late, huh?
What happened with
they-
Lauren?
Lauren was down
She's
with
in
it.
oh, okay. I'm
She's
just
on
asking.
board with it. They pushed the dates back to begin in January of 2022, simply because a couple of the cities that they had booked
COVID.
are not completely open yet.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking forward to March 19th when
Tampa?
it's Miami.
Okay.
I'm going to try and
Field
make
trip.
that trip down to Miami for that.
Shannon going?
Shannon will be there.
I don't know. Wait, who y'all thought he was going with?
I don't know. You said he was trying to make it.
Like, is it, that was a question. Like,
It's all fellas.
who was he
Just
going
saying.
with? He must look. He better take his baby. Look, I don't care. Like, that's what it.
He
you
said,
know.
I'm going to try and make it.
No, I mean, I'd love to make that trip. Being a
Yeah.
hip hop fan, I think that'd be a dope tour
Yeah.
to go to. So
I'm just wondering when if they're. I think they might be doing 9 Mile Music Festival next year, and it's Virginia Keys Park. I have to check the dates, but I love that reggae festival, man. It's so dope. It's like the Marleys every year. And
So speaking of festivals, perfect segue. Rolling Loud.
ha,
Shout out
knows
to
it?
50
No,
Cent.
what's that?
Rolling Loud Music Festival?
No.
Yeah.
You never heard of it?
So
Reg.
he lying. Lying.
One of the biggest hip hop music festivals out there,
Sounds like weed.
basically.
basically,
I don't smoke.
well, it's that crew, but it's not even necessarily that.
just
It's
saying,
the
just the name
lineups that
itself,
they
I'm
had.
like-
So at this one, they, the baby was supposed to be on the original Rolling Loud. That was part of Miami's. But when he did all of the explicit, comments geared towards LGBTQ, whatever, they took him off. So 50 on his night while he's up there performing, he puts the baby on and lets the baby rock out. So for me, him doing that, 50 can be petty about a lot of stuff. And I don't think necessarily that he was being petty in this situation.
Shout out, Curtis.
But people oftentimes cancel younger artists or people just in general without trying to educate them first or try to even give them any type of reprieve or grace. I'll say for those people who are trying, who are in church or whatever, give people grace in that regard. The baby's only doing, he spoke in Miami the way he would speak if he was talking to his homeboys in the streets or whatever the case may be. He didn't understand his platform truly. And I gotta, give 50 a big, give him credit for putting the baby back on that. And how about the whole audience sang along
How
to
old is
every
the baby?
single song?
No clue.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean, I
not
would
sure.
say
You gotta be early
mid late
20s.
20s. I
Yeah.
would say mid 20s.
Yeah,
maybe
mid-20s,
mid-20s.
mid to
I
late
just got a
20s.
problem with that name.
The baby.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The baby. The
I don't
teenager.
follow
Look,
artists
he
like
always
that,
come
sorry.
on and the lady say, that's not the baby, that's my baby.
Okay.
So that's what the lady say.
I can't name one the baby song.
You can, I'm sure. But go ahead.
So at this Rolling Loud, the part about Rolling Loud I was talking about, we spoke last week about Dre being served at a funeral by his
Correct.
wife. So at the Rolling Loud festival, right before he took the stage, Fetty Wap was arrested by the feds.
I saw he got arrested. I didn't see why.
Yeah.
Drug trafficking, 100 kilos of cocaine.
I guess he couldn't see him coming.
Oh,
Heroin,
goodness. His
I'm here all
peripheral
night.
was off a little bit.
100 kilos of cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and crack.
Wow.
Goes to show those music careers don't make as much money as you thought.
It's not that. I think that people oftentimes in the rap game continue to have one foot in the game and one foot in the street, and you can't do that.
No.
So that's the part that gets you because you're a bigger target at this point, and you're an easier target because now you need social media to be a part of your income stream. You have to have still have some type of street credibility. You're trying to still prove that, but I think that they still think that you can still be in the street life and do this rap thing.
When's the
and
last
you
time he
can't.
was relevant?
Not since 1738 or whatever.
Okay, 1776.
Whatever it was.
So with this,
he
is
needed some money.
He is facing.
But not that you know how much he made off that album. That album that went double or triple platinum, whatever. My thing is it wasn't about that. You are still trying to take care of people. When you make that kind of money, it's all of the stuff that you're taking care of. So I'm sure you paying child support out the ass.
We're saying the same thing.
But
He
I'm
needed
just saying,
money.
I don't think it was necessarily about
Well,
that.
And depending on what kind of deal he signed, how much is that coming to him? Could be a 360.
I don't know. Actually, I think he started out independent. So I don't know if he signed any 360s or anything like that jumping
I'm
out.
just saying.
So what's not the total amount of weight he had, but it was how he was moving it.
Yeah.
Supposedly this weight was obtained in California, moved all the way to Long Island, New York, via
Federal.
exactly via.
Yeah.
hold on. Let me finish. It was moved from California to Long Island via USPS vehicles, United States Postal Service vehicles.
Dumb.
But you know what? It depended. Like it had to be done at one time if he got
No.
caught in that way.
Whoever snitched on him
Had to tell.
had marked 7 USPS vehicles that they had purchased that they were moving from state to state.
So
This
USPS
was-
Wow.
and the courier don't know what's in the van.
basically
Right.
there were secret
But then
compartments.
it's no secret that even sending stuff through U.S. mail, they're not checking it like they're going
Yeah.
through customs. So that's not uncommon for things like that to happen. But the number of purchased trucks or vehicles, that's
Red flag.
surprising. That's surprising.
So he was doing like your boy did with the Vietnam caskets.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Frank Lucas.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fetty Wap.
You crossed them lines, man. That's federal.
So while we're on that, let me. I want to give a good vibe story, and oftentimes we talk about how men are being raised and different things like that. So in Louisiana, there's a high school. There were 3 days straight where over 23 kids were arrested for fighting.
Oh yeah.
And these dads out of the community decided to create Dads on Duty. It was 40 dads that take shifts at this school, and since then there haven't been any fights. It had made national news because they were like brawling, and since the dads came in, like there's no fighting. I oftentimes tell people, even on like Father's Day, I send my guy friends texts telling them, dads are a daughter's first love and a son's first hero. It is so important that even, just men in the community, period, step up. And I have to shout those men out for taking time out. Not all of them had kids that even went to that school. They were homeboys of somebody else and was like, yo, I'll volunteer my time just to be like a dad to these other kids. And they interviewed the different children at the school, and those kids were all so receptive of it. They was like, they felt extra safe. Although each one of those schools have like police officers, they do security clearances and stuff like that for the schools to open, to allow these dads to come in. I think that was like a feel-good story because you often hear how absent dads are, but I don't think like people understand how important black dads are.
I think where that comes from, basically, especially the part where you say a lot of these fathers didn't have kids that attended the school. I mean, as men, we all have homeboys that we grow up when we're tighter. Me hanging out with like Drew and Fred and what have you. Meeting somebody like Reg and his relationship with like Mike and Mo and what have you. When you grow up and have kids and become older, those friends become, official, unofficial uncles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when stuff goes down in schools, if something happened at Royal School and what have you, and I needed, some guys to come through, I can call my homeboys and they're going to be there. And I'm just glad that, relationships, friendships that developed over time, these guys have matured enough to say, hey, let's all link up and see what we can do to keep that chain going, that the younger generation can do what we did when we were growing up,
Right. I think, and also like another note to that is just like you are oftentimes, you'll see in these black communities, black and brown communities, you don't see the dads that show up at those schools. It's important for dads to be there, like people to see faces. And like the little girl was like saying, she was like, she's like they make these crazy dad jokes and do like these silly little pranks on them, but it's all in an effort to get those kids to go to school or to get to class and understand the main focus. It wasn't about being there to fight, and it was about the safety of those other children who weren't involved. So it's oftentimes, most of those kids, their dads are either in prison, absent from the home, but to have a village. And I always say, even on my daughter's birthday, I send like this long post telling people thank you because I think my village, I have a village of people who I think at my daughter's pickup list for school, I think I put everybody and their mama on it. Like it's like a whole page and a half. Like you have to flip it over to just get to people picking up, because if I ever had an emergency, these are the people that I can call on. And that's an amazing thing to be able to do, to have a list of maybe 50 people that can pick up your kid, or like 30 kids. People, I think it's maybe about 30 people on that list or whatever, just to pick her up in case of an emergency. Even down to Solomon Grandma, who is 89?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a village that is there.
Wait, so you're saying if you were making a guy group to go to King High School and hang out,
a guy group,
you call me and Mike.
Look, Solomon said that. Time out. You need to go to Chamberlain because they worse off too.
Oh,
so
Chamberlain?
it is. They're yeah. They
we
something
good
else.
there.
You sure?
We good.
It's not says the Springs, but okay.
we
But I'm
okay.
not gonna even go there. But anyhow, I would definitely reach out to the men that I know. Like I'm calling on men to step in. For example, I know my sister reached out to you earlier this week about the Great American Teacher, and that comes up on the 18th. And so my sister, she's a school teacher, but she wanted to make sure these kids see representation of everybody. And it wasn't just about, I need this college grad. I need these everyday people to step in and stand up for these kids so they can see that it's okay to be a barber. It's okay to be a garbage man. It's okay to like give them these different avenues and resources and just to share your job with them. Because not every kid is going to go to college and be successful. Not every kid is going to, like, so she even asked some truck drivers, like people that we knew who had, regular jobs that getting paid good money because for most part, none of them, ain't nobody hard up. But it was just the fact that she wanted to create this avenue. So they even have like a barber or hair braider coming in because it's okay to have a trade. So seeing these men or seeing people do things around you, it motivates those children in a different way.
What age group is this?
She's at an elementary school.
Okay.
I mean, my friend, he used to get me to come do for, kindergarten to 5th is at her school. But she's, asking anybody who's, from K through 12. If you know, at a high school, have a kid at a high school, and Great American Teaching is on the 18th, volunteer.
We've done that a couple times. Me and Serge done that a couple times with Gino. Shout out to Janelle.
What, his kids?
No. Janelle's mom, and I don't know if she still does it or not, but she, sir, do you remember what she used to do? She worked at it was like like juvenile delinquents.
Yeah.
Like
they
a
have
center.
those schools,
Yeah, there was like a center that was on MLK, like right near the river. And we would, I think it was 2 years. Did we go 2 years?
Yeah, we were 2 years.
2 years in a row. And it was just.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think they
ACC?
bought that place. No.
it's
Right
not there
before you
anymore.
come over the bridge. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
they bought that spot because they're doing gentrification, so they're
Yep,
bringing in
of
some
course,
other
of
stuff.
course.
But I know exactly what it is. It was a high school prevention program for those kids that were at risk, for juveniles who had either been court ordered to go back to school, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I think that's good that you all volunteer for that.
I haven't done that in
to
a
do.
while though. Maybe we try to get back into it sometime.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that would be dope, especially the two of you. I mean, you got kids that they've got these dreams of getting into the music industry, and
But just
everybody,
entrepreneurship,
Everybody thinks
period.
that the only way I can get into music is being in front of the mic. They don't know what
Yeah.
Right.
happens
What
behind the
happens?
mic,
Understand
so.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, Serge. I may have to
Serge.
hit
Yeah,
y'all.
you know
Hit
what I'm
you up.
saying? I'll come
Afterwards,
in
you
and
can come
talk.
talk to the kids.
I'll come in
Yo,
and set up real
that's what's
quick.
up.
Serge
Love the
Okay,
kids.
man.
Serge love the kids.
Because and what her thing is,
Remix.
she's just trying to Serge love the kids. But no, it is to show kids a different way. Everybody doesn't have to do the same thing to be successful, and everybody's not gonna be. It's not designed for us all to be millionaires. So don't
Right.
let people sell you that dream.
And it's like I've noticed a trend lately. Now, I guess I don't know if it's a national thing or not, but it seems like people are slowly getting away from like the college degree colleges and more of the trade skill business.
Right, and getting licensing for different
Exactly.
things. Absolutely. And I honestly, I would love for my baby to do that, but I want to push her to do something she loves, like have a passion for it and a drive, because when you love something, you work at it differently.
Well, I think it was like a lot of us. It was instilled to us like college.
Yeah.
This is you got to do that. And if you don't, then you're a bum. Or
Right.
something like that.
And what happens
But
with
now
that-
it's
and
shifted
what
the
happens with that
parameters
is
now.
people that
Because
just
people
do it 'cause
understand
they're
that there's
supposed to.
debt.
Right.
Yeah, people they do college and they're supposed. They don't know that it's not them. They're going because everyone tells them they got to go. And you wind up stopping. Then by the time you're 30 years old, you've gone 3 or 4 times, and then you even got the first semester
Yeah.
of credit.
And it's in debt. You're driving people and
Exactly. I
motivating
think
them
that's
into
what-
debt. So and people are starting as we had our older kid like go into this era of like going to college and doing this stuff. It was more so like, hey, let's see how this 2-year work, because we don't really know what her game plan is. I'd rather for you to fail at a 2-year than to do it at a 4-year,
Yeah.
and you're still just fighting to be amongst those people. And then you have to sometimes let kids see on their own, like, okay, well, when you have to pay for it, you look at it differently and you appreciate it
Yep.
differently. So it's
It's a
just
whole lot different.
it's a different conversation to have. And I not that I don't encourage kids to go to college. I think that it's good to have that under your belt. It looks good on a resume, don't get me wrong. But everybody's not going to go and finish at the same time and at the same pace. At the end of the day, whether they go take a full-time job and the job pays for that tuition reimbursement, whatever the case may be, maybe they'll appreciate it differently in that regard. And they'll see how to use it towards whatever they're working in that space. But you want them to love what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like I said. It's a shift in mindset now that I've noticed. It's like Now it's okay to do those trade skill jobs versus having to go 4 years to a college or 2 years to a
Absolutely.
college.
A welder makes
And you have options.
makes really good money. Like get your electrician's license. Contracting, that's money because people are constantly building and putting things up. You're gonna need a contractor, general contractor for whatever the case may be. But let them get that licensing in that, and they can be independent business owners in that space as well. And at the end of the day, when your electrician comes and you ask him, well, let me see your license, let me see your college degree. Nah, let me see these lights work. Did you wire my house right? And that's kind of the perception that that you want to give kids, like that you can be anything, and don't just limit yourself.
Right.
So I think
Go
that's
for the
a good
president
thing.
of the United States.
Look, Donald Trump can be, anybody can. Look, that's how I be applying for jobs. I ain't gonna even lie. At my job, I be applying for jobs. I be like, yeah, I ain't qualified for this, but hell,
Just apply for it.
what's the worst they can tell me is no. If no is the worst you can give me, I'm game. I'm all right with that. I can deal with no.
I ain't gonna give you a no. What I'm gonna give you is this next break that's coming up.
Absolutely.
And before we go to break, I want to say my thoughts and prayers go out to my man Freeway, who just
Yeah,
lost
lost
a
his
daughter to
daughter.
cancer only a year after losing his son. So Freeway, our thoughts and prayers are with you. We appreciate you. We're going to break right now.
Break one.
I'm Solomon Davis with.
Shannon Rhodes, Davis.
You're listening to His, Hers, and Ours. We'll be right back.
What's happening, TT?
Got this shit about the mud, still running like I'm trying to get my weight up. When it gave too many chances to you niggas, I can't let nobody play us. Yeah, I got in my bag when I looked up, ain't seen nothing but a bunch of haters. No matter how much money we went through, we never let the paper change us.
I done ran it up out the mud. I get paid to pop out the guns. Put my pound in them in my budget. I watch people change, I can't trust them. I got rich, but I'm still hustling. I run full speed to that cash. I can feel the shit in my cab. Must have reminiscing back when they ain't have nothing. Now they acting like they all happy for me. What was you at when I needed it? When it come to money, I'm greedy. I'll try anything just to please you. You can take everything if you leave it. Ain't trying to say I'm perfect, but I'm decent. I ain't going back, bro, for no reason. My drip, it might leave a puddle. Need bounty to clean it up. I'm the quicker picker up. For real, just put it on the floor. That other stuff I'm not for. I've been clearing out my headspace. Running shit, I'm starting to buy my whips now for the leg space.
Got this shit about the mud, still running like I'm trying to get my way up. When it gave too many chances to you niggas, I can't let nobody play us. Yeah, I got in my bag when I looked up, ain't seen nothing but a bunch of haters. No matter how much money we went through, we never let the paper change us. In a race with the stars. All the niggas who ain't bet on me know they wouldn't go far. Know the gang go right for me, no matter how many cars. Move cautious, got trauma, still tryna cover the scars. Ain't taking no headshots, cause you know we been hot. Always on the target, never miss like a red dot. Always on the go, I'll be wherever the jet stop. Coming from a place where they be shaking they dreadlocks. Got this shit about the mud, still running like I'm trying to get my way up. When it gave too many chances to you niggas, I can't let nobody play us. Yeah, I got in my bag when I looked up, ain't seen nothing but a bunch of haters. No matter how much money we went through, we never let the paper change.
This shit straight out the mud. Back in 2010, I was selling them dubs. Back in Granny crib when the lights was off, we were blaming on the bugs. Same niggas claim who I love, identify who I was. I was facing the year, but since you told I'm facing the dub. I text my dog, I was in my feelings, but said fuck it, I ain't even send it. I was gonna text him like don't change up, we the same niggas, we in it. Don't talk about your dog to your other dog, man, up and fix it. I came from broke dirt to big dirt, and I can merch, I wanted the rich. Where you was at for the Comcast bill? Cousin down on my auntie feel. Come around with a rich Millie, I can do it cause I send money to rich. Treat my wife like I treat my sister. Diamonds cut, I'm a walking butcher. My homie died, he ain't even slide. The street got a hold and killed him. Hello? Man, fuck.
Got this shit about the mud, still running like I'm trying to get my way up. When it gave too many chances to niggas, I can't let nobody play us. Yeah, I got in my bag when I looked up and seen them but a bunch of haters. No matter how much money we went through, we never let the paper change us.
Coming in hot.
In 3.
Don't worry about me.
Back for segment 2 of His, Hers, and Ours, a real life couple holding real life conversation, real life friends. I am your co-host, Solomon Davis, with
Shannon Royal Davis.
joined as always by Alfie Santana, the Surgeon General behind the ones and twos, and Reginald Gray.
Gray.
So let's jump into it.
Chapter 2.
Red Table Talk.
Ooh. Gloria
Jada sitting down with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wait a minute, I thought it was Gloria Estefan.
No, it's Gwyneth Paltrow.
She did Gloria Estefan in like season 1.
Oh, okay.
So in the conversation, Gwyneth Paltrow states that at 49, she is having some of the best sex of her life. With that being stated,
What you like? Were you there? Like,
I mean, it is what it is.
she's, I guess whomever she's having sex with now is doing his thing, but
is it Will?
I don't know. This is Gwyneth saying it's not Jada now.
I know.
Okay.
Is it Will?
Is it Will? Okay. So
Maybe
Jada
Jay.
replies to that it all has to do with communication. And she thinks that she can't say that at this age she's having some of the best sex of her life because there are times she feels that Will doesn't know how to please her.
Is that what she said?
Because August gone. You know, she's having that
Go back and
young
listen to it.
feet.
It's October, man.
I was wondering, did she word it that way?
I mean, I might not be verbatim
Okay.
with her, but that's the gist of it. But she went back to clean it up and saying, you know, we started together when we were 22. So, I mean, we've been
It's
together
different. You're just
close
trying to
to 30
reevaluate,
years.
yeah.
But she would think that being together that long a length of time, that it's almost like reading someone's mind. You know what pleases them. Thing about it is, over time, those things change.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes people get selfish and it's all about them versus what I'm doing to please my mate. And I guess with them having, you know, an open relationship as they've stated they do, that kind of lingers as to why they choose different partners because they're not being pleased by whom they have at home.
So for me, like Gwyneth Paltrow can probably say that because she probably was being bored from her first marriage. She's into something different at this point. So she's grown as you evolve. Certain things
Saying
change.
Brad wasn't doing his thing?
Gwyneth and Brad. Gwyneth
She was with
Paltrow.
Brad?
She was with Brad before he went to Angelina.
But Gwyneth was married also to your boy from not Maroon 5, is it? The singer
Adam Levine?
not Adam. Can't even think of his name right now. But Gwyneth Paltrow was married to a singer or whatever, and they got divorced because Gwyneth and her husband was friends with Jay-Z and Beyonce and them, all of that, whatever. Nonetheless, but she's in a different relationship, so she's finding like she's not doing as many movies, so you have time to do a lot of stuff and figure out what you like and
she
what
hasn't
you
done
don't
much
like.
of anything lately. Now I think about
Right.
it.
She's been doing her clothing line or whatever and her mommy stuff or whatever. Like she has a children's line, whatever it is. But nonetheless, she's just in a different space. And when you're with people for so long, the way they used to turn you on doesn't turn you on the same way now. So it's something different.
So she's currently married to a dude named Brad Falchuk.
Okay,
That
so
name
you
sounds
was on
familiar.
Brad. But what was her other husband name?
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin from
Coldplay.
Coldplay. That's what
Coldplay?
it was. I
Okay.
knew it was another band. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it's you have to spice things up after a bit because you know things get kind of monotonous. Doing the same thing over.
Reggie, why is you giving us all these side eyes and everything else? You speaking to the mic. Man.
Just looking around. I was
No,
like,
yeah, like because you like this.
no, I'm listening and looking around. I'm looking at number 23 up here.
Okay.
The photo he has over
So
here. Trying to see who that is.
you're not commenting on this topic at all. Okay.
No, you were still talking. I'm just
Go
listening to you.
ahead.
So, I mean, also, you got to throw in the fact that, you know, her and this guy, Brad, they're newlyweds as well. I mean, everybody
Absolutely.
knows when you first get together and, you know, you consummate the marriage and what have you. I mean, you're going to do some wild and crazy things, which she probably never did with Brad or
They
Chris Martin and what
weren't.
have
They
you. So-
weren't. Chris Martin and her. He was at the time they were together. Coldplay was hot. They were doing their thing, like touring. So you got to look at the touring schedule. She was also being in a lot more movies. Now that time has died down a little bit. The kids are getting a little bit older. She's home. So when you're home, you have time to do stuff. before they probably didn't have time, and that probably was one of the reasons that led to their divorce, because it wasn't about money. They both had money and they were secure financially. But I think that when the kids are younger and you're trying to be a wife and a husband and all these other things, and you're still trying to have your career, that does make it difficult. So as those kids get older, you get to explore a little bit more. They ain't home as much. Look, she get them some weeks, they ain't with her, and they with him. So they get to do some different things. And I think, with relationships, it's all about, changing what used to be okay and comfortable. But doing those check-ins.
You also got to understand, too, that we're in an era where a lot of the stuff that used to be taboo is not so much taboo anymore.
Right.
And so people are willing to take risks to try certain things that you would never imagine trying before.
And I'm glad you stated that. So to go back to Reggie's point, was that exactly what Jada said? Her exact quote here was, I get crushed sometimes because I want to tell him what I need and I want him to tell me what he needs, but because we're uncomfortable saying those things, we get lost in the shuffle. It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy when we have conversations around sex. But it's also something that we don't do because there's so much fantasy around it, and we feel that our fantasies might be taken for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds
right.
more realistic. Yeah.
I mean, but when choosing a partner like that, especially for, what's Jada, 50 now?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, 49, 50.
So, she states here she's been with Will since she was 22 years old. That's 28 years. If I can't share I've only been with Shannon 10 years. If I can't share with her what it is that I want and what I need in order to be happy, I feel that I might not be with the right person. So when you triple the amount of time that I've been together with my spouse, that they've been together, she's uncomfortable holding those conversations, knowing as much as their life has been exposed out in public.
The conversation itself may not be the issue. It's starting the conversation may be the issue. Like maybe you're like I'm sure not in the moment you don't want that conversation.
Oh no.
No. But let's say hey, we're going out for drinks, happy hour, and a couple of drinks slip in, and joking around, you throw something in there real quick. Hey, then since we talking, then kind of in a joke. It's a way you have to deliver it where you're not messing with the person's ego.
Well, another thing too is with both of them being actors, it depends on maybe the schedule too. And now I'm saying that they're both busy right now. I know Will's getting a little bit more busy. He has that new movie coming out with based on
King Richard.
Yeah, King Richard. I don't know what Jada's doing these days.
She's doing shit.
She's
Outside
just
Red
doing
Table.
her show,
Red
and then
Table.
she has some other stuff that she's doing as well,
Red
because she still
Table
does a little
top.
bit of music. But they
Learn
all
about
are
what the
doing
kids are doing.
Yeah, they all are doing their own thing. But I think sometimes it is difficult to share with your mate, or how to have a conversation. For example, I throw me and Solomon in there. Last week when I was saying I had a bit of a rough week, just trying to adjust and change some different things. Me expressing to him a certain way I felt, he was listening to me, but I didn't think he understood what I said. He understood where I was coming from and trying to get on the same page. But I kept telling him, I appreciate you having the conversation with me. Sometimes people won't have those conversations. And this conversation kind of drug out for about, a week maybe, give or take, and just having conversations about different relationships that we have with people and stuff like that. So it was really good for him to, we sat there and listened. And it probably was 2 o'clock in the morning before we stopped talking. But I had to explain to him, I do appreciate you having the conversation, because there are people out there who you don't even have conversations, and you're walking around just mad with each other.
Right.
So we had this conversation. We walked away kind of evaluating some things. And more of it was more for me. And I felt like he listened and received some of the stuff. And we walk away with what we need to in that space. If it comes back up, we'll have a conversation again. But it goes back to when we had the therapist on the show, where they were saying sometimes you just have to constantly reevaluate your relationships, set expectations of what works for you and what doesn't. Right. And I love that piece of it.
Well, hold on, let me ask you a question. So you said earlier, the first part of that, you said he was listening to you, but you said you didn't think he. I
didn't think he understood how I felt or where I was coming from with it. But it's not that I don't think that he was taking my conversation for granted. No, it's just that we both respond differently, and that's
what I was going to say, because you could speak to someone about something, and they're grasping, being empathetic inside, left and right, but they're not responding the way you want them to respond visually. And it's I hear what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying to me. I can feel where you're coming from. no, you just don't get it. You don't. No, I get it. I'm just listening to you right now.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
like I don't know what. I'm like sometimes like I don't know what reaction you want me to give right now while you're saying it to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Let-
do you want
let
me
me
to act the
process
exact
it
same
first.
way?
Yeah.
You know. I was just wondering when you said that, was he not reacting the way that you wanted him to react?
And it wasn't that. I think like what I even took away and expressed to him, we respond differently. So, for example, when I'm looking for, if I'm expressing something to you, sometimes I just expect you to have a little empathy or show some of it or understand that, okay, I can empathize with where you're coming from. However, if it was me, I just have to be in a situation. That's Solomon. He's the one like, I have to be in that situation. Versus me, if you said, oh, this happened to me, boom, 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 I'd be like, okay, I can understand how that happened.
Keep in mind,
Processing
she's
this.
having this conversation during War Week.
Yeah. You know, I
So
wonder
he
something
want
too.
war week, or did he
Yeah.
want a war for the rest of the year,
Yeah,
like
for
with his
real.
wife? Like, understand that?
Yeah, babe.
Do you think there's an aspect,
Yeah.
because you guys have been married for 10 years or so, is there an aspect where one of y'all have to feel like you have to pull back and research something that the other one said? Maybe?
Research.
Well, I don't know.
Sometimes
maybe
we
just random,
we step back and like, for example, I don't always expect the end of conversation to be where we left it at in that place. If he has something like and that's something that we do with each other. If you think of something else later and you come back and you're like, hey, I thought about this. Can we
That's what I
just
mean
talk
about
a
the
little
research
bit
part.
more? Yeah, and that's what it is. Or we'll provide examples to each other. And I am one of those people like when he throws out now, I'm like, okay, that ain't adding up. So I'm gonna talk to him later about it, and I'll use that same scenario in my conversation. So that's how it is. But sometimes, like it doesn't always go that way. Like we're not gonna get everything we need off our chest at that one moment. And that's the beauty of, I think, our relationship is because we can say those things and we could be like, I'm offended, and I can tell him that, and it'll be okay.
But you can say it in that
We have a
tone, right?
conversation. Yeah.
Because I think sometimes what a reaction from one person to another, every reaction has a reaction. So if you say it in that way, which is a very customer service type tone you just said, no, which is cool. I actually like that. Whereas like, hey, look, I'm offended, you know, or I don't understand, or I empathize, or it's like, you just don't get it. You're yelling at somebody. It's going to change the tone
It changes
of the
the tone of it.
conversation.
But see, Reggie,
not
that's a valid point because there are times where just based on how we were raised, our
Yeah.
tones go differently.
Right.
See, I was raised as a single child, so I mean, having to overtalk somebody or speak louder than someone to be heard,
See, that
that's
don't
not in
work
my
for him.
that's not in my.
I
sound.
do it, but I'm uncomfortable with it.
You know.
I've done it, and I'm like, look, I don't like where this conversation is going.
Right.
Let me step and come back. But then it's the person you're debating
Yeah.
with or whatever, they're not letting you get away.
But see, this happens. This happens even in conversations
Just
where
regular.
it's not an argument.
Right.
I mean, we might have be having a general conversation, but
And
because
I'll
it's
get
just a
loud.
natural
I'll
basis
get loud.
for her to get loud
I
because
will.
that's
just
her
how we
DNA.
talk when we just
that
have
got you in trouble last week. Like a week
It didn't
before.
get me in trouble. It didn't because when my original tone was, "Hey, could y'all please sit down?" That was my nice voice.
Right.
When your response dictated something else, that's when I got loud
Yeah.
and you got angry black woman because I was getting ready to give you the business. And I still feel that way. If I see her in the streets, I'm gonna get her. And Daddy too, since Solomon didn't want to get him. But no, I just feel like he's absolutely correct. When we have conversations, even the baby like, you guys are too loud, calm down. And she was like, don't argue. We like, we're not arguing. We're just having a conversation.
yeah, but to them,
It
it's
just
to them
sounds,
it's loud.
it sounds
Yeah.
like that. But that in Solomon's absolutely correct. It comes from how I'm raised. Like I come from a house full of people, so it's always somebody that was. It was me and my siblings, and then it was always our friends or whatever the case may be. So we come from a loud house. Like I'm not offended when somebody get loud. I'm like, oh, okay, that's
I
what
have
we
a
doing.
problem with
Oh,
It's
I
the
got an
words.
issue
It's
with
the
them.
words that come out that give me.
I have a
what
problem
I'm
with
at,
that
where I'm at.
because I don't know if it's a defensive mechanism that's been in me or whatever. I snap to it too fast. He can account to it because I jump getting loud real fast without even thinking about it.
Really?
But it's just more of a. I guess from my perspective, it's more of a defensive mechanism.
It all depends who is with. Because
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
somebody I care about, I look.
Even when somebody I care
I,
about.
I'd be like, no, I'm gonna walk away because I don't want to say the wrong thing right now. When you say, I'll say that somebody I barely know, I will curse you out 2 damn seconds.
Right.
Seriously, I'm like, oh, fuck you.
At least
Like
you-
real
you-
quick.
you-
But if somebody here, like one of you guys say something, I'm like, okay, let me be quiet. I don't
And-
want to
and give me a second.
because we're still gonna be friends afterwards. I don't want to say something,
That might
wrong
affect
way.
that, right.
If somebody I just met for like maybe one last week and we had one interaction
Right.
and say something out of line, like, well, who the hell are you, dude? You know, like, you know?
Gotcha.
Is that one of those situations where you may need to pull the person? If you know the person, you may need to pull them to the side or something and say something.
No, if I know him, I'd be like, we'll talk later. It's not even rushing. It's like me and Mike have had some knockdown. Like my art of argument actually come from me and Mike being friends for 30 years.
Right.
Because we were roommates, and we had some of the dumbest damn arguments looking back in our 20s. Like, one of the dumb arguments we would always have, this is just a general statement, is we would take something somebody would say, and it wasn't clarified.
Right.
You know, so perfect example. Our friend Corey, who lived with us, this was the dumbest damn argument in the world. He needed a ride to work in the morning. We lived in Virginia, which one light away from DC. So he comes in my room. Hey, dude, in the morning, I have to. Can you give me a ride to the subway station to go to work? And I said, yeah, I can do it, but I'm going to the gym in the morning, so you'd have to get up probably around 5 o'clock. He paused for a second. He goes, no, that's all right. No, he said, that's all right. I took that as like, all right, don't worry about it. I don't need a ride.
Right.
He was saying, all right, I'll get up at 5 o'clock.
Oh, wow. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't take that as bad.
Trust me. The next day, I got in the car, went to the gym, went to work. He came in heated that afternoon. What the hell, you left me out here? I had to catch a cab to go to the subway and do this. And I'm like, dude, I told you what happened. And you said, all right. Yeah, I said, all right, then I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But because me and Mike have some other dumb ones too, but because of that, my art of argument is I make very, very sure
You understand.
what I'm saying, what you're
Understand.
saying, just to avoid that. You know, it's like,
Right.
so if that same argument happened today, I'd be like, okay,
So
I'm
you're gonna
leaving
go.
at 5 a.m. So
So
you're saying you're going to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
or you don't need a ride.
Right.
I would do that now. And
Back
so,
then, yeah.
I've learned at my age, especially working in
Gotcha.
customer service,
Yeah.
on the phone, you got to clarify what you're saying on the phone with the person.
Reinstate, reiterate. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I think it's a whole, we kind of morph this into a whole debate about methods of arguments or debating. But just, I think with the whole thing about communication with Will and Jada, I think she came out with a statement after that when everyone got on her case,
Right.
saying that she never had it, her and Will
There was never
had
an
any
issue in the
issues.
bedroom. So that's what I was going to bring it back to. This Red Table Talk is Jada's thing. You know,
Yeah.
Will came on after the whole August Alsina thing and, you know, did the whole crybaby thing, which, you know,
Memes.
wasn't on.
He did the crybaby thing?
Yeah, the face he was making like he was so hurt and this and that and the other when he's probably done the same thing to her and this, that, and the
Correct.
other. How many times can Jada get on this podcast, blog, whatever you want to call it, and Will comes out looking like a asshole at the end of it?
But
I mean,
I-
at some point, does he say, "Hey, man, you know, quit talking about our relationship or what have you"?
well, that's
in
not.
public.
But that's not going to make it real because no matter where you are, you're going to pull from your own experiences. No matter what type of conversation, unless you're talking specifically about sports, but at some point you'll be like, "Well, I can say this because I played basketball, or I did." You know, you're going to pull from personal experiences.
I mean, like I saw one meme that's hanging out right now out there. It's talking about that bar that Will and Jada love, aged like skinless avocado. I mean, it's like every chance she gets. I mean, she's putting something
Yeah,
out
now
there,
Will
and
did
Will
say
looks like a
this
fool.
with August Asina.
Yeah.
He did say, like, by the time you guys saw it and saw it on red table, red top, whatever you call it, they had already had a conversation about this
yeah,
years
Right.
they
before.
did.
So we're as the fans, we're just not hearing it. So I'm pretty sure they've already had this conversation, and we're
Right.
just hearing it right
I think
now.
that I don't even think that it bothers them at this point when they have those type of conversations. It's the media that requires you to go
Be
back
more
and
offended
adjust
something
what
that's not
you're
supposed to be.
saying. She doesn't have to explain that to Will. I'm sure that's not that's not a conversation that they're having. He didn't misinterpret it. He understood the assignment, and that's why he always quiet about it because he's having conversations with her on his own. He don't have to do that through the media.
I wonder.
That's
Well,
it.
I think personally, right now, the whole reason he's not speaking on it is because he's busy promoting this movie and what have you. And you know, you don't want to put anybody else who's involved in that movie when you know they're doing releases and what have you, and then the press comes up afterwards and have these conversations. Hey, is what's going on over here
But
affecting what's going on here?
But
you know,
prior
so.
to them having Red Table Talk, how many times did they ever come back to rebut or clarify for anybody anything?
Never.
That's exactly it. It's
So that's
about
what I'm
her
trying.
platform.
That's what I'm trying
and
to say.
She's
Is the
the
fact
one
she's
having
bringing
to.
it to everybody's attention.
She's not bringing it to attention. Like for me, if I would have listened to that conversation, I can understand. You've been with somebody for 28 years of your life.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments where she may not be having the best sex because he is busy. They're doing different things. They're in different spaces right now. Okay, cool. But that's not to say that they're not going to have that conversation. Maybe this was her way of, okay, let me put this on his radar. because I haven't had a conversation with him. If he hear it out here in the streets, now we could talk about it.
I'm gonna put this on his radar in front of millions of people.
But who's offended? Was he? Did he come out and was he
there was
offended?
nothing said that was offensive, but
Okay.
I mean, I still always believe there are conversations that need to be held in private.
True.
Versus, well, let me just put it out there so we can eventually have a conversation about it.
No, because there are things that
Maybe
come
she
up
was living in her truth and speaking her truth when she was
Right.
having that conversation, but I
So
mean,
I gotta censor my truth.
not necessarily censor, but there's still some type of, decorum that I should. I mean, for lack of a better word,
what
that
kind of decorum I'm gonna have if you want me to have a candid, open, honest conversation at this red table? I have to censor myself because I'm worried about how my husband's feelings are gonna feel because I said something. I didn't offend him in any way. I just simply said right now I'm not having the best sex in my life.
at the end of the day, what's more important? What I say to Gwyneth Paltrow in order to make her feel that I empathize with her, or
How she was
having to hold a
empathizing?
conversation
Gwyneth
with
Paltrow
them?
said her sex right now is rocks off. Like she is getting it.
Yeah, she was probably like,
She's
"Oh,
like,
speaking
yeah.
of great sex,
Yeah.
I'm not having it."
Yeah, I'm not having
Speaking
it
of
here
sex-
now. So
speaking
I
of
can't,
sex with
I can't
Will.
go in on this. Like she can't go in on this.
Well, I wonder something if she ever really says anything to him before she's had these ready. I'm about to
I don't
talk
know.
about this. Is this okay?
I don't think I don't
You
think
just
you
said
clearing that. Like
let it
I'm not
fly.
clearing my conversations with my
I'm
homegirls
pretty-
with my
you know
husband.
what? But I bet what's happening is like the home and the house. Like, hey, so how'd the show go today? Hey, we talked about blah 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 whatever. I'm pretty sure after the
Just
fact,
yeah.
maybe, or the show coming up. Hey, we're.
But I
living-
think he knows her well enough that he's not offended by every single
Yeah, I don't
thing
think so.
that is said. That's the thing.
I think everybody else is being offended for him.
Right.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
I'm
he's
looking
being
at it
offended.
like this. So she goes on that platform and says, "Well, I'm not having the greatest sex, what have you, because we're not communicating. He can't read my mind. He doesn't know exactly what I want." But in the back of his mind, he's like, "Man, me and Jada getting it in right now."
Well, maybe that's how he feel because they ain't on the same page. Duh, hello. See, men be thinking it be the bomb. Like,
See, and that's what I'm saying. So
but
this
women be like,
this dude's out on a promotional tour, hyping the movie and what have you,
Man,
thinking,
whatever.
"Yeah, man, when I get home, me and
Digging
my
it
girl-
out.
exactly."
So now-
and now he hears that. Oh,
You know
it
what's
ain't
probably? You know what probably is? She's probably cock blocking on him.
really?
She probably wants all these other girls that.
that he reaching out to, like, nah, he
he
ain't
ain't
doing
gonna
this.
be
He ain't
that.
doing it.
Nah, I don't really think that's what it is because I don't
She's
think
like, he's
that's
on
the
tour
intent.
promoting the movie.
She calling
He
me
ain't been
Thug
on-
Life.
Yep.
Nah, I don't really think that is. Because, like,
mess
for
it
me,
up.
I think, like I say, men are so easy. Okay, like, maybe for her, he's not talking to her, but you'll see him out and about. Oh, she looks so beautiful. When the last time he told me I look beautiful? Because that's how the stuff we be on in our mind.
Oh,
Like,
that bullshit.
it's so easy for you to say this next woman looks so gorgeous, but I'm with you every day and you never say it to me. So that's the kind of stuff that women be on. I don't necessarily think she's trying to cop block and say, "Oh, his sex is horrible." That ain't the case. Because she, obviously, they've been doing like they've had fun in their relationships, but right now they're just in a space where they gotta reevaluate their sex life. And like I said, he knows her well enough that he's probably not even offended. Everybody else, stop being offended from
here she
married
goes
people.
again.
Exactly.
Stop being so offended or like feeling
She's not
sorry for
giving people
married people.
ammunition like that. I mean,
What's the ammunition?
It's more views. So
Exactly.
more
Yeah, that's
views.
it. That's enough.
More
That's
clicks.
getting it. Look, babe, we getting more. This is another paycheck coming
Yeah.
into the joint account. Go ahead
Alfie.
and let it keep it rolling.
So I'm gonna take
Weekly
August out for
phrase.
lunch and
Women are capable of far deeper
Oh
cruelty.
my gosh! I think,
Exactly.
but men are reckless with their cruelty. So it's not even that. Like I'm not mad at her for saying that. What was harmful in what she said? You still haven't expressed that to me. Like, I don't-
Would it be taken the same way had Will said it versus her saying it?
No, I think people would have been just as equally offended. But she probably
so because
would
she's a
not
woman.
have been. She probably would not have been. I tell people all the time, y'all can't. The married people, they've been married a long time. So their feelings about stuff and the way they process it is totally different than somebody that's single hearing them say that. Or another person who's married, that marriage, they talk differently. They don't believe in certain stuff. Like, their marriages, I don't like considered to be, oh my gosh, why are they doing this? Let them have their life. That's their
I
marriage.
did learn that about 20 years ago, bro. I learned that there were friends of mine that were in relationships and they will be out all the time. And you see it, and I have friends of mine be like, oh, was he cheating on her? I said, look, we don't know what's allowed inside that house. We
Right.
don't know what's
That's their
going on.
business.
I said, what may be going on in your house that's taboo may not be taboo in that house. We don't know the situation. You know, I can sit here and enjoy myself and speculate. But when it comes down to it, I don't know what this
You
going
don't
on.
have any
what they
say
got
so
going
within
on.
that house.
Hmm?
I say when it's all boiled down to it, you don't have any say so
Yeah,
within that
absolutely.
house.
Yeah, I could talk to him real quick. Like, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm good.
No, but they're sure quick
Okay.
enough to reach out to you if something goes wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they reaching
Looking for
out that
empathy or
fast.
whatever the case may
Nah, it be look a crack in the defense. That's what they be doing. That's why they reach out. It's a crack in the defense, and that's why they reaching out. That's what it is. Yeah, that's how they work.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, using them cover two terms.
Wait, how you do it? Oh, your safety hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, your strong safety and weak safety out. Oh,
So while we're on the topic of relationships, you and I watched the show Insecure, and
Oh man, I forgot about that.
it just came back with the first episode. It's picking up from last season.
before you go on further,
Yes,
that's
sir.
the one with Issa Rae, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yes.
question. Is she the one that played the girlfriend of Steve Harvey?
The
Steve
girl-
Harvey's girlfriend. It was kind of hood girlfriend on the Steve Harvey show. Steve Harvey and
No.
Cedric and
No,
Taylor?
no, 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 no.
Okay,
no,
they
no,
look
no.
alike.
No.
No.
Okay. Or she's
You
Cedric's
talking about
girlfriend.
Cedric's girlfriend?
Cedric's
No,
girlfriend.
nah, that's
No.
not her.
Every time I see her, I keep thinking that's Cedric's girlfriend.
No,
I'm like,
that's
damn,
not
she's a good
her.
actress, 'cause she don't talk the same way.
No.
No.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So on the episode, it picked up with last season. Her and Lawrence was just been her longtime boyfriend or whatever. Lawrence was her. They took a break and they were broken up. Clearly dating other people, doing their own thing, whatever the case may be. And Lawrence and her rekindled their.
Hold on, you got to get more into detail.
What?
So Issa decided that she was going to put together this quote unquote block
Party.
which actually
I
launched
remember
her
that.
Her
going
business.
into becoming an entrepreneur. She
Okay.
created her own business after creating the block party.
And was working with
one of
this
the
lady.
people that she recruited to help her out happened to be the person that Lawrence was dating.
They didn't know.
They
that.
didn't know
They
at the
didn't know
point
at
in
the time.
No,
And
they
it
didn't.
came out later that, Lawrence
That's
was
what it
dating
was.
this girl.
So she
And-
continued to work with the lady or whatever. They got the block party off. The Lawrence and the lady eventually kind of broke up or whatever. And Lawrence and Issa find their way back together. They're having dinner, having conversations, and they're trying to rekindle their relationship. They want to pick up and see how it will work now that both of them are in happy spaces of their lives. Nonetheless, happiness is ruined when you find out Lawrence has a baby on the way. So Issa has time to think about this. Now they pick up and they're at their 20-year, 10-year college reunion, whatever the case may be. Issa's on the panel. She's talking. She's had some time to think about her friendship with her longtime
Best
friend.
friends.
All of this other stuff is playing a part. And so when she gets back, some of the conversations that they had been talking about kind of played in her mind. And so when she got back with Lawrence, they were in the car talking, and she's trying to figure out how to make this thing work. And when she gets out the car, the emotion hits her that she can't do this. He has a baby, and he understood. He immediately says, I get it. So Solomon and I are sitting there, and I'm looking, and I was like, yo, I can feel her hurt. Part of me is living in real life because I had a kid when I was in college or whatever, not from somebody I really just desired to say, oh, he's going to be the great dad ever. That was never the case. However, I had broken off our little whatever we had going on because I figured out, oh, he got a girlfriend. He's not telling me. And so I'm like, yo, this is good. But I found out I'm pregnant anyways. He had to share that with her. And she decides to stick around, and was a phenomenal stepmom for what I can say. And she and I became really good friends. So I'm cool with that or whatever. I don't know, for me personally, if I could be in that situation, how I would do. I would want him to be the best dad ever and move on. I would have to close that chapter on he and I. So Solomon's response was,
the baby was conceived during our breakup, our agreed separation. You kicked me out of the house.
no, he kicked Issa, but go ahead.
No,
She
kicked-
left.
She left, exactly. He
Right.
didn't kick her out.
But he was cheating.
No, he wasn't cheating. She cheated first, remember?
Gotcha. But the way it was going down, they both had their own separate.
With the studio dude, exactly.
Yeah.
She cheated.
She cheated.
She was upset
He
because
was with the bank lady, but
he
go
was
ahead.
afterwards.
After she left the house, that one
He
before
was
she
be-
didn't sleep with
she
the
was-
studio dude.
She was mad
But go
because he
ahead.
was being complacent in life. He hadn't developed into the career that he wanted, and then all of a sudden, once they split,
He got
shit
all
starts
the
taking
success
off.
started
for him.
going on.
He starts.
He get
his career
work
takes
ethic.
off. He's doing this, that, and the other. Meets
Before
this
he
girl.
was sitting on the couch while she walking in and out the house, that would have been rule number one for me because
I've never seen the show, so I'm enjoying it.
But it's cool
No,
what it is. It's a good show. It's a really good
That's
show.
a pretty good show.
It's a really
So
good
his
show.
career takes off. He meets this girl. They do their thing. Finds out that she's been working with Issa, planning this block party and what have you. And
She
then
had
that
come out
kind
of
of
a
put a
marriage.
wedge in
Yeah.
between the two of them. But in between, she happens to they conceive a baby. And now it's like, well, I've been chilling with Issa a little bit more. We've rekindled what we had before, and it might be going to now we're both in better places in our life. This could possibly work. And she can't get past the fact that while they were separated, this woman is pregnant.
But the thing for Issa is they had been together for several years prior to breaking up, and they never had a kid or anything like that. And in my mind, she's thinking, that was supposed to be me. I should be having his baby. We had been together for so long. Y'all been together all of 6 months, and now she's pregnant. So that's how I'm processing it from a woman's standpoint. Like, okay, we break up. You have a baby. You wouldn't want me if I broke up with you and was pregnant with somebody else, baby. So why should I sit there and be okay and be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be good.
All you ever wanted from this man was to have him when he was living his best life, when he was at his best.
Yeah.
He
so
is
now
now
he's gonna
at
be the
his
best daddy.
He is now at his
He
best.
gonna be the best
and you have
daddy
the
slash
opportunity
baby
to be,
daddy.
You have the opportunity to be with him when he's at his best, and you're turning it away.
Because he has a kid.
But
It's
it's not like he cheated on you.
He didn't, but it's a hurt there. For me, we've been together for so long. I never got pregnant. And even if she did get pregnant, she probably didn't have the kid because they weren't in a space financial where they could do that, because people do wait all of that stuff out. But the fact that this woman now, you're in a good space, you date somebody all of 6 months, and it wasn't really 6 months, but whatever. And now she's pregnant and having your kid. I don't want to share in that moment. I'm not going to be in that space. You need to focus on your kid, and I wish you and that baby the best, and whatever else happens.
So being with her, he can't focus on his child?
Not solely, because she's gonna have a bit of resentment. Like, yo, you got a baby from somebody else, y'all. Like,
but
that's
I'm
hard.
not with her. I have to be a father because that is my child, but I am not with the
but
mother.
That's a struggle.
That happens every day.
I know, and women, and that's how little kids get mistreated by the men with them outside kids. I always talk about that. The women will take those men back and be like, "Oh yeah, baby," and he can't have his baby over at their house. Or you got to go over there and spend time with that kid. That's a problem to me. So rather than to go through all of that, let him be the best dad he gonna be. If she decides to be with him, I'm not mad at her. I understand that love is gonna conquer all. That for me is just where I draw the line. That's for me.
So here's my conflict and interest when it comes to that.
Go ahead.
Like I said, she always wanted what was best for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's now at that point where he's living his best life. His career's taking off. He's doing this, that, and the other. He just unfortunately has a child on the way. Let's say he had a child before this relationship happened. He and his child are a package deal.
Right.
Men have to take on women
agree.
with a child,
I
and you guys
agree.
are a package
But you
deal.
have that option in the beginning. But when I'm with you and we break up and you have this kid, that hurts. It stings. It will. Like I always tell you, that's my deal breaker in this marriage. You pop up with a kid that's younger than our relationship, you gonna go be the daddy over there at their house. And I want to meet her so I can make sure Royal is in the best space and that it's all
So
good.
I'm gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
We started dating here. Look at the calendar.
No.
It's off by 2 days.
He better do that math. Because all I'm saying is, like, for me, that's just a deal breaker. I don't know if I can, because it's
Just go back to what you just said. You want to meet her. If I had a child.
during our relationship, because this is going to be done.
I understand, but we're also
It'll going to be his. He just going to have his. He
Speaking
going to have ours.
think about
That's Section 8, right?
Yeah, whatever.
You would want to meet her. You would want to meet the child because you want to make sure that she's going to treat Royal right, correctly.
Because I'm going to beat the brakes off her. She don't, but go ahead.
So if that's the situation, if I had a child, why couldn't I be in this relationship with you and you be
I
the
ain't
best
trying to be
stepmother?
a stepmama.
But you want her to be the best stepmother.
Because y'all got a kid together.
So
That's
it looks
how
like
it's
you're being
gonna go.
awfully selfish here.
No, I'm not. I just know that what I can't tolerate, and I'm all about my personal peace. So if that ain't gonna be my personal peace, look, I don't care. My peace will be okay. I know Roy's with her dad. They're okay. The girlfriend knows that Roy got a mama that ain't gonna play them games. So she gonna treat my baby all right. And they gonna have their own little life over there. And I'll be like, okay, looking for on to the next. Let me get myself together so I can find Roy the best stepdad ever too.
Hit Tinder.
That's it. No, Tinder is not the app.
Okay.
Humble.
Tinder is not the app.
I'm just throwing out.
I think I'm gonna do Christian Mingle.
Wow. No.
Farmers only.
Right, something like that. But no, I think that like you have to understand your personal what gives you peace. And if it gives me peace that I want him to be the best dad ever. I don't want him to be an absent dad and having to figure out, okay, well I know I hurt Shannon, so she ain't gonna really want to see my baby. Nah, I'm like, oh, your little baby cute. Keep it moving.
Damn.
That's it. And like that's how I am. That I know
Your
where
little
I'm
baby
at.
cute.
Your little baby cute. Go ahead. I need you to be in that child's life because it's different.
I see you got your little job.
Yeah, got your little family, got your little family.
Hey, he went from having to take the bus to work that he picked her up from the airport in a Beamer.
Yeah.
You know.
No, he had a little Volvo. He always had a little car.
He
So
upgraded
she didn't have no
He
car.
upgraded his whip.
But that's okay. I'm not mad at that.
So
like
let me
I
ask you
said,
this: where
I have issues
were
with women
the
who
expectations for him when they separated just to sit on his
No,
thumbs and play video games all
but
day
it
and not
wasn't
be
his,
doing anything?
I guarantee you, if Issa would have come up pregnant from somebody else, he would not be there. Why are women okay with allowing men to get a pass with what they won't deal with, but want us to accept it? I'm not gonna do that. If I came up pregnant.
Looking at me for what?
I'm just saying in general, like men will leave a woman if she done got pregnant by somebody else, whether it's a break or not, and he like her and love her or whatever else, he'll leave. But most of the time you see women like, oh, okay, it's all right. We gonna be the best stepmama, boom, boom, boom.
Exactly.
But she may have wanted a kid.
No, you talking about leave them if they get pregnant. She ain't got to get pregnant.
I'm just saying. It's just, all I'm saying is men will want us to accept and deal with what they won't deal with, accept and deal with. Like a lot of times when women cheat, men be like, no, I'm gone. But y'all done cheated 4-5 times and we done stayed. So that's a...
Exactly.
I'm not
Every guy in the world's
I'm not saying every
villain.
guy, but for the most part, there are men out there. You think Kobe Bryant would have been sitting next to Vanessa if she would have cheated? Okay, silence is an answer. Silence is an answer. Silence is an answer.
Silence is an answer.
Process the question.
Silence
Exactly.
is an answer. No, it ain't. It ain't.
So
Silence
for
is an
as
answer.
many times as we heard the whole, oh, Shaq was out there cheating, this, that, and the other,
Mm-hmm.
come to find out, Shawnee was doing the same thing, right?
After he cheated.
It ain't after he cheated. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing about it is, we always bring up these public entities, and then most times they happen to
I'm
be the
saying,
guys
how often-
because the woman cheats and she's not as well known as the guy. We don't
my
we don't
goodness.
hear her dirt.
All I'm saying,
is true.
9
Yeah.
times out of 10, usually women cheat in as a get back, and our get back be looking different because sometimes we do come
Y'all
up
are
with
far
babies.
deeper cruelty.
Our get back look different. All I'm saying is, and be honest, 100%. Do you really think if Vanessa stepped out on Kobe that he would have sat up there?
You
and,
really think that at 19 years, meeting her at 19 years old, that Vanessa never stepped out on Kobe?
I don't know, but
Oh,
all I'm saying,
exactly.
she wasn't
You
caught.
don't
But
know.
she wasn't caught, and he wasn't sitting up there next to her like,
It's not
yeah, I'm
public.
gonna stand with him.
That's that public
Y'all are not
relations person
doing
do-
that.
That's all I'm saying is
are not-
because it's not out there does not mean it didn't happen.
Solomon. So answer my question.
Ice-T did do it though
Yeah, that's true.
with Coco because she got busted in a club all booed up with some dude like 6-7 years ago. Booed up with some dude got put on Twitter and all this stuff and saying I'm with your girl and she was booed up with him and it was a big social media
was
thing.
this?
Ice-T, rapper
Okay.
Ice-T and his the
His
blonde
white
chick.
Coco.
Yeah. So, but what Ice did was he tried to keep it like all social media, whatever, and they still together. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened behind the scenes,
They-
but the other dude was trying to get a come up.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm sure. Don't get me wrong. All I'm
Now, that's one
simply
example,
saying
so.
is when you give me one, I can give you. So Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z fighting. You know that was something. If my sister done hit my man, like she is mad for me. So she's going to go to fight for me. It's just women will stick around and try and figure it out. Men are not giving us that same grace. I always say that. Men don't give the same grace as women. And then y'all be like, oh, because y'all tougher. What?
It ain't that you tough or what have
Hey.
you
We
like
We
us.
process hurt
What's
differently.
the holy chapter, Book of Solomon
She
say?
knows what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
He can keep that chapter to
Listen,
himself.
you know, it's been out there, it's been publicized. I mean, if you want to take it to Jay and Beyonce and what have you, you know, Jay's supposed child that's out there.
Allegedly.
His alleged relationships
Even if
with
it was,
people.
you
We
know,
don't know about that.
With,
he
like,
ain't try-
Maya
all
and
I'm
what
saying
have
is
you.
he ain't trying to go out here and
Supposedly
get
with
DNA
Jasmine
test.
Cashmere, allegedly.
Exactly.
Wait, the porn
But
star?
we don't know that. Yeah.
It's a lot of, see, look, it's a lot of legends.
Supposedly with Superhead, allegedly.
So
Oh,
you
shit.
think in 20 some odd years
Oh, damn, that's
Beyonce
kinda
has
hot, though.
never stepped
I
out on
don't
Jay?
know what she did.
Exactly,
All
you
I'm
don't
simply
know.
saying is that y'all get caught and we are sitting up there like this. Okay, I'm sticking by him. We gonna stay together. We gonna work this out. Men aren't doing that.
Really?
Y'all are not doing that. Y'all are not going to sit up there and tell me that there's a man out there that would have sat up there if his woman was accused of rape with a man. And this, let's just say a man came out and just
Am I rich?
said she raped.
Am I rich?
It doesn't matter.
Well, you put the
Because poor
Kobe in
men
there.
do the same thing. I'm
No,
just saying,
but-
there's no.
Okay,
most-
a rape is different.
Right.
Let's not say
But
rape.
I'm saying, let's say even with he was accused of raping a
No,
woman.
what I'm saying is
But I'm saying he cheated on his vows. He was accused of raping a woman in that
Mm-hmm,
process. She sat up there like this with a new diamond ring on her finger. Men don't care what it is. He ain't gonna stand up there. Period. If you're accused of doing anything with another man, unless it was.
Unless you're Will Smith.
Right. But that wasn't outside their rules. That wasn't outside their rules.
I'm just hopping on the whole rape thing.
Okay.
That would be different for me. It was something you're forced to do. So I'd be.
No, I'm saying
At gunpoint?
No, he wasn't forced to rape the lady. The lady accused him.
No, I'm saying if me and
okay.
you married and
Yeah.
it turns out that you got raped, I wouldn't.
Right, I
wouldn't.
understand that.
Okay.
Now, don't
So
get me wrong.
The,
What
the,
I'm
the
saying
equation
is
that the part of the equation that you're missing here is the fact that these women that are staying are somehow, for whatever reason, financially dependent on these men.
even so,
What was Vanessa
it's
doing?
broke women out here, broke dudes. Women be dropping men
I see what you're
off
setting
to
up right
and
now.
from.
I see what you're setting up
Women
right
be
now.
dropping men out to and from work, and they be cheating, and them women still be with them. You see it all on social media. They be having full-on conversations back and forth. Well, he was in my bed, mine too. Girl, both of y'all taking care of him at the end of the day. Like, this is the stuff that I'm looking at. Men
bed
will
Sophie.
not tolerate that.
That bed Sophie every
Men are not
side
tolerating
chick
that.
got.
Yeah.
He's sleeping. Taking pictures while they in the bed.
Mission
Listen.
accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Comfortability, convenience.
Okay.
LLC.
I'm gonna leave it alone because you
Loyalty,
totally,
love, comfort.
You're right. You're right.
Take it back to day one of his, hers, and ours. LLC.
It's Shannon right now.
Because it's not because
She's taking an L,
he's
basically.
understanding. No, I'm not taking no L. I'm just not gonna. It's no point in arguing with something that if you're not getting the point, like you're not even seeing the point.
So
of the
basically,
perspective.
what
So I'm
you're
good on
saying
it.
is that if the woman cheats on a guy, that he just
Most
gonna dump
men
her
do
off.
not
Most
stay
men.
when a woman cheats on them. They go to the next. Women will stay. Men have children on them and everything else, and they're there being a good stepmom.
Okay,
That's
so
not my case.
let's take it a step further then. You will say men will leave if they find out that their woman is cheated, where you're stating that the woman will stay.
A lot of times they do.
There is going to be some get back at some point in time.
Yep.
A woman isn't staying and just being like, "Oh, I forgive and forget," and we're gonna move past it. There's going to be something that happens.
Okay.
There's going to be some repercussions. So don't just act like, yeah, oh, he cheated on me. I took him back and everything's fine now. She's going to either get something or she's going to do something.
Oh, what do you mean get something?
Like
specify.
Vanessa got the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, of course, if you screw up like that, you got to make amends however you can make amends. So, yeah, I got you on that.
Or she's going to do something herself and be like, hey,
but
because...
if Shannon
But if she
there was
gets
one,
back,
I don't think...
if she gets back at him, he's leaving.
Nine
Like,
times
yo.
out of 10, like I always tell you, it was a woman who coined the phrase, 2 wrongs don't make it right, they make it even.
It was? I know that.
Yeah.
But I think what Shannon's saying is, like, let's say
History is
he cheats, she takes him back, you said she's going to get something out of it. I don't think she's actually going to, quote-unquote, cheat unless he continues his pattern of behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think a woman actually wants to go out there. She wants her comfortability of a home, comfortability of having a husband.
Everybody
girlfriend,
does.
Whatever. Yes, I don't think a woman will break that comfortability. I'm using that. That's a real word. That comfortability, unless, like, okay, look, he's not, evidently he ain't going to change. I'm not feeling wanted right now. Let me go get comfort someplace else. But usually when that happens, they've already mentally checked out the relationship. And here's why men can't take it. Because women mentally check out before
Way
they
before
tell
they
us.
leave.
And then,
Exactly.
so fast forward a year, you've been mentally out of it for a year. By the time we find out you've been
Been
cool for
gone.
a whole year,
Been gone.
we find out that day. You
I
know,
guess.
so we're like, whoa,
we're-
wait a minute. I ain't done nothing in 2 years. I ain't done nothing in 12 months. You leaving me now? And she's like, I left you 12 months ago.
Right. I can understand that. But I've seen too many where you see relationships, even if it's in celebrity or just regular. When men have those kids, like, I don't like women that'll do stuff like, for example, a man have a kid outside. You take that man back. You see that far too often, and she's making all the rules, and he's following them because he don't want her to be mad, but he half-ass being a dad over here. That's the stuff for me. So that's why I said I know that I'm not capable of being. If the kid was before me and I knew that was a package and that was fine, but a kid that was outside of our we married in a relationship, whatever the case may be, and you have a kid, I'm gonna have to let that go.
I think you're selling yourself low. I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
I'm not.
I really do think you can do it. I think you
That's
can do
something
it.
he can be a stepdaddy.
I'll
Somebody
put it to you
asked
like
me
this.
this, but
If
we done broke up for a little bit, got back together. He gonna
If
step
you
back.
do mentally decide to check out of this relationship, can you just do me one favor?
I'm gonna let you know.
No, just do me one
What's
favor.
that?
Just do me one favor if you mentally check out. Don't do it during war week.
On that note, we're gonna
'Cause he won't
take a.
even know,
We're
like,
gonna go to our
said
next
what?
break. I am your co-host Shannon Royal Davis with.
Solomon Davis.
We'll be back with his, hers, and ours.
Bye.
So baby, you're the greatest of all time, the greatest. So won't you hear the rain? You're still on my mind. Say I ain't seen your ass in a couple months, but if you want it, baby, you could get you some. And all that conflict we could work out. So go ahead, put this good in your mouth. What you about? Second time around, we can get it started like Black Eyed Peas in town. There's nothing to figure out. Yeah. So baby, you're the greatest of all time, the greatest. So won't you hear the rain? You're still on my mind. Say I ain't seen your ass in a couple months, but if you want it, baby, you could get you some. And all that conflict we could work out. So go ahead, put this good in your mouth. What you about? Don't need to impose. You sink into my body like we Jack and Rose. Your friends don't have to know. Yeah. So baby, you're the greatest of all time, the greatest. So won't you ever blame? You're still on my mind, baby. I say you are. Ooh, I said you are. I said you are. Ooh, I said you are. Yeah, I said you are. Hear my line.
We are back for the final segment of his, hers, and ours. Real life couple holding real life conversation with real life friends. I'm your co-host Solomon Davis with,
Shannon Royal Davis.
as always, joined by the Surgeon General Serge Gotti,
Yep.
Albie Santana,
Yo.
Reginald Gray. Final segment is always sports. Hold on, we ain't gonna jump right into NFL.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna hold on 1 second before we get there. I know
Basketball
y'all
related?
anticipating it.
I'm
Baseball
feeling
related?
like I'm at the bottom.
So let's talk about in front of the Barclays Center last Tuesday. A bunch of
Kyrie was out there.
a bunch of people that have not been vaccinated protested in front of the Barclays Center in support of Kyrie Irving.
MAGA.
I believe him.
Do you not know that Ice Cube
Ice
got
Cube
walked
turned down
off
a movie.
of $9 million? Like turned down $9 million because he's not fully
I'm
vaccinated.
not getting no shot.
And he's
It's
gonna
okay.
and he's gonna be the new poster boy of Fox News now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Stephen A. Smith's gonna come through for that throat.
Gotcha. Well, no, that'll be cool. I like that. But
Yeah,
it is
man.
what it
It's
is.
your choice, though.
My thing is, it's your choice. And
I mean,
that's
so
okay.
And he can afford it. So
if you're an owner for the Brooklyn Nets and these people are blocking your season ticket holders from getting into the building, I mean,
Your season ticket holders do like me. Go through the crowd with their mask on and just going on inside. I don't give a darn about what's going on outside. Y'all can still protest. Excuse me. Don't impede me. I don't care nothing about that. So don't take this A whipping for Kyrie because he ain't going to take it for you. So pass on. Just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Gotcha.
But being vaccinated is a choice. And if that's what they choose to do, my thing is they doing all that. Is Kyrie doing that?
I mean, I guess that was my
job.
whole thing, you know.
I'm just
You're doing it in
asking.
support of Kyrie Irving, but at
He
the
ain't
end of the
losing
day,
that.
he ain't giving them no money,
No.
Nope.
and he's getting paid.
Yep.
No.
Is he still getting paid?
He's getting paid.
Yep.
He's not. He's not.
I didn't know that.
he's
I didn't
still
think.
getting
I
paid.
thought they were.
No, once they cut that
were
bill,
gonna give his money.
They're paying him in hopes that he will, you know, do an Andrew Wiggins and
Okay,
you know, go get
well,
vaccinated.
Bend the
So-
knee,
Well, good luck with that.
basically. Bend the knee.
So there was a hypothetical situation that, Serge, I think you actually posted it as well,
So,
where they were talking about the trade that would break the internet
oh yeah,
if the Nets traded Kyrie Irving to the Lakers for Russell Westbrook.
Oh, that ain't
That
gonna
would
be-
reunite Westbrook,
all of
Durant,
that
and Harden in
OKC.
Brooklyn.
That's OKC all over. I just don't think it would work at this space. They just all
Don't
too
they have
needy at the
issues
ball.
in California too?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the point?
He wouldn't.
Yeah,
And
they're
I don't
just
think
not- it's just not
and I don't
Brooklyn's
really
headache
think that
anymore.
LeBron would want to be on the same team with Kyrie, knowing how
Their
how
history.
fickle he can be in the
Yeah.
sense like he flakes. So I don't think that you'll ever see LeBron advocating for a Kyrie on his team ever again since of how everything fell out after Cleveland.
Okay.
Before he left and when he came back and left again. So I just don't think that that'll be an issue.
So jumping into the NFL, War Week. Do I need to talk Reg off the ledge?
No, I'm already off the ledge already. I think they're gonna lose the game. So
Oh.
I'm off the
Should've
ledge.
said
Is this the one
Wow.
that you said you already picked as
I,
the?
I picked 5 losses. I actually picked 4 losses and picked 1 extra. Don't know how they lost
Random?
game. Yeah, so I got 5 losses, and this was the second loss.
Oh wow.
I got the Rams game as a loss, and this is as a loss also.
You have officially been stripped of your captaincy.
He's still Team Solomon.
I
That has nothing to do with football.
I jumped off the ledge on this one before the season started. So all these are preseason picks.
You on suspension without pay.
Now, do I want them to win? Yes, of course. 'Cause
course.
we have a 3-game lead, I think, in the division. About 3 games
Above.
Yeah, and
Those
plus
very
the
things.
Cardinals
and it'll
lost.
keep us tied in
Yeah.
the top. Like it'll
In the
have us top
conference.
three.
Well, if we win tomorrow, we actually jump to number 1 in the conference because it goes to like opponents
Yeah.
or head-to-head versus opponents. And Green Bay's only loss would have been to New Orleans. So if we
Gotcha.
win, that means we'll be ahead
Yeah,
of
so
Green
I'm
Bay.
pulling for them, but I just got this on my checklist. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just think Tom always keeps receipts. He
I think he is on a receipt world
remembers
tour. Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Oh,
He keeps receipts and he knows he remembers 38-3 at home. I don't think he.
I think he remembers the Sunday night game, period. The Sunday
No, it's-
afternoon games in New Orleans,
Yeah.
the one that was in Tampa, and then the way we had to go back to get it in order to get in the playoffs to really get it going. I just think that he wants to dead that early on.
Yeah, if AB was playing, I might feel different, but just sad. Evans has nothing for the Lattimore. The cornerback.
After watching Monday night and seeing what DK Metcalf, how he got into his head.
But DK is fast, like lightning. DK is track fast. Like, yo, he's legit fast.
I just think, I honestly believe if last week's game against Chicago really meant something, that Gronk would have played.
Yeah.
I think they sat him out this last week to make sure he's ready for this week. Levante's back. There are just so many weapons on that team, man.
I think, go ahead. You think after watching the Saints on Monday night against Seattle and watching the pair up and understanding the ramifications of like what we were looking at, you really think that they still got it? This is not
that was
Breeze.
on the road in the rain and Geno Smith, and they still struggled to win that game.
Okay,
But they
and so
struggled against the
Geno
Giants.
Smith put up 10 points against that defense. Tom Brady ain't Geno Smith.
I got you.
But they
On the flip side of that,
I think my major issue is it being in the dome on Halloween night.
Okay.
I think that's my major. It's
on the
road,
flip
dome,
side-
Halloween night.
what
No, just the fact it's a 4:00 game, people drinking all day long. It's gonna be freaking loud, and again, it's a divisional game.
Gotcha. Okay.
on the flip side of that, you think Jameis can put up 30 against us?
Against our secondary, do I think he can? Yes.
He didn't even do. Okay, I'm gonna be
Our
quiet.
secondary.
But
Sean
look at
Payton has the
I'm
handcuffs
saying, look
on
at
him.
the Giants.
I think those handcuffs gonna come off
How?
tomorrow.
They've been on him all season, so they're just gonna cut loose.
Against the Bucks.
Is old boy coming back? The other quarterback who really had a
Taysom
they
Hill.
run
Now,
quarterback.
I will say this.
Okay.
When I made that thing for a loss, my biggest fear was Taysom Hill. 'Cause whatever reason, he always gets us.
He's been ruled out for tomorrow.
So he's out. So I'm
Still
kind of
out.
wavering what my pick was. But I'm just saying, I think we're going to split with him.
The best I've seen the Saints look, honestly, was week 1 against Green Bay. They have not looked like that same Green Bay team as the season has gone on. You saw Jameis Tampa a little bit starting to show his face in at least the last 2 games at least that they play. Because I want to say, like, even against the Giants has a worse secondary than we do. Depleted offense.
That's giving me hope.
But I'm just saying, like, that just even with them being as depleted as they are, and the Giants beat the Saints and the darn Panthers. And they just really, like, you making them look like studs, and they ain't even had nobody.
I'm just saying home crowd.
Gotcha.
That's my thing.
Okay.
And division. I'm not worried about Kamara.
Okay.
I'm not. I used to worry about him until Solomon took me off the ledge. He doesn't do anything against us.
And that was the thing. A lot of people are making a big issue about them trading and getting Mark Ingram back.
Yeah.
Nobody
He's
runs
washed
the
up.
ball against us.
Yeah, he's washed up.
I mean, the Bears had the rookie to get 100 yards, but I mean, hell, it's the first time in 2 years somebody's gotten 100 yards against us.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen back-to-back weeks. We pretty much, especially with
if you
Levante
give
being
it-
back, we've got Kamara under wraps.
It's
Michael
the
Thomas
screenplays.
isn't playing. I just feel that they don't have enough weapons to do it. And Jameis
Right.
is gonna be forced to have to make 1 or 2 of those gunslinger type plays that Jameis is gonna go Jameis.
Now, one of my things I'm hoping on is our team, Bruce and Bowles, know him. Like, hey, look, he was our quarterback for a year. I know if we do this, he did it with us as our team. If we blitz him from this side, he's going to run this side and throw it this way. I'm thinking hopefully they got some inside information that way.
Oh,
But
it's
again,
I watched that Monday
on the
night
road.
game, and I was Shannon was like, "Well, if you watching it, don't you know Ty Bowles is watching it?" Because I'm like, "Listen, the key to their success on offense is Kamara. You stop Kamara, you stop that offense. With Levante and with Devin White, we should be able to spy
What about
him
their
on.
defense?
And even
I'm not concerned about their defense.
because I
The
think even
beauty
having-
about their defense is they were successful against us last year by getting to Brady and putting pressure on him.
Tristan.
Trey Hendrickson is no longer there. He's gone. And he was the biggest problem. Tristan Wirfs owns
I
Cam
love
Jordan.
Tristan.
He owns Cam Jordan. He didn't come close to Brady in either of the 3 games last year.
Even look at the
The
fact
only
of how
the
he did
scary
Khalil
part would
Mack
be
him, too.
what Demario Davis does. Quan
But that's
Alexander, I
it.
ain't worried about him.
Yeah.
But if between Gio and Fournette, Rojo wouldn't see the field if it were me tomorrow, because the other 2, Fournette and Gio, can pass block.
Yeah.
You get one of those 2 to just basically stifle Demario Davis, Brady's going to pick him apart.
Okay, I got you.
It's gonna be good.
So,
All right, let's get
With that
these
being said,
picks.
let's get into the picks.
I'll make my own official picks with y'all.
Okay.
So, last week, I ended up going 8-5.
I did too. I think. How did you go
Shannon.
8-5?
I lost Tennessee against Kansas City.
Oh, okay. So you gambled on it like a couple of them, but I thought you hit your gambles. But anyway, go ahead.
I went
8-5.
8-5. Shannon went 8-5. Serge went 8-5. Alfie went 9-4.
You know what game it was? The Atlanta.
Yeah.
Did he call Atlanta?
Let me see where Alfie picked up a game on.
I think he got
No,
Atlanta.
No, Alfie was the only person who took the Cincinnati Bengals over
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, but he was taking some chances last week, so that's
That
why I
was
knew-
my chance.
But
That
no, you had a
was-
couple of
that
chances
was
that you
huge.
threw out there too. So I was like, maybe he picked it up on the Atlanta game because I thought you picked Matt.
No,
Buddy
I
Ice.
thought I did too.
But no, that's cool. That's what's
Official
up.
standings. I'm in first place with a record of 73-32. Shannon is in second with 67-38. Serge in third at 66-39. And Alfie right behind at 65-40.
Wow.
2 games separate second and fourth place. Makes this a very,
Good
very
week.
interesting.
Solomon, what was yours?
I am 73-32.
Okay, I just like to write it
So
down.
7 games.
Let's get it.
Well, that's good. I thought I was way off.
Nah, it's
good.
We're all right there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, starting off 1 o'clock tomorrow in the Georgia Dome. Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons.
This is so ugly. Yeah. Oh shoot. Oh, is Christian McCaffrey back?
Nope.
Nope.
Is they still questioning if they're gonna start Sam Donald, whatever his name is?
Oh no, he's starting.
Nah, yeah,
Oh,
Donald
okay, 'cause
started.
they was
This will
talking
be
about him.
this will be the debut for Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go at Atlanta at home because both of them really are coming. Well, Atlanta's coming off of a win, and I'm gonna just go Atlanta.
Whoever wins this game, if the Bucks beat the Saints, whoever wins this game goes into second place, and we'll have the last NFC
Last
wild
playoff
card.
spot.
Yep.
I'll go with Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I'm going Lone Wolf. I'm going Carolina.
Go ahead.
The Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts.
Titans.
Yeah, I think the Titans look good to me.
King Henry.
It ain't even that.
Yeah, but he had 2 good games in a row, so he's due for a bad one.
And if anybody can stop him, it's Darius Leonard.
Exactly.
Titans.
I'm still
Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at the Titans still.
And I'll take Tennessee as well. The Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Solomon, go
We're
along with
unanimous.
Go along with the Wolf.
It's unanimous.
Are they a joke team now?
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that, first off, they beat them the first time 30 to what?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. And it just seems like what's his name? Josh Allen just has the Dolphins number like on speed dial. He's just getting them. I just don't think that, and he knows what's in play. You know, you have Kansas City struggling, so you're just trying to make sure you still stay up there at the top. So I just think that they're just gonna take care of the light work.
The Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Jets.
Bengals.
Cincinnati. Hey, listen, on the low, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase might be the best quarterback wide receiver combo in the league.
He's
This
going
season.
deep to that dude
This
all
season.
the time.
Every
This
time.
season.
I
He ain't
mean,
doing it in Cleveland, though.
I used to think maybe Mahomes and Tyreek or something like that, but Burrow and Chase.
Trash. They're trash. Anyways.
All right, Shannon, we can gain some ground here because we know who they're going with. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns.
The Browns.
I'm going with the Steelers. I'm
Please
sorry.
do. Please do.
And they at Pittsburgh.
They're at Cleveland.
Oh, that Cleveland. Well,
I'll
Pittsburgh
say the
is
Browns.
fully intact. I think I'm just gonna go with Pittsburgh, and I'll be
Go
okay.
ahead. Take that L.
I'm going with Pittsburgh, too.
Thank you. Yes.
But let me ask you
Let's
this.
go.
Are the Browns a better team with Case Keenum?
Whew.
They're a
they're
great
looking
running
like
team no
it
matter
so
who the
far.
quarterback is.
I think it's the same team.
Same team?
Same
Is
team.
this Winston Fitzpatrick?
Winston Fitzpatrick, and if it's the same team, which means you ain't got to keep your
Baker.
boy.
Yeah.
You know, just keep Case Keenum and build around him. Just be game manager.
Is
And
one
we
of the,
got
is them
Chubb
brothers
is coming
playing?
back, too.
Is them brothers playing?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them playing.
Well,
Yeah.
only one of them makes a
But
difference.
I just like when they be together, they just kind of feed off each other, be hyping each other on the sideline. So it's kind of like, yeah,
Oh,
bro,
I forgot
get
he
'em,
played for
get 'em.
Pittsburgh too.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
They ain't going to do nothing.
Okay.
Chubb is back.
Yep.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
I'm gonna go for Detroit. I think this gonna be Detroit coming.
This is that one win.
I'm gonna go for Detroit.
I'm staying Detroit.
I've seen Detroit play for the most part.
They-
They've
Detroit
been in
has played
every
everybody
game
close.
very
They
They
good.
just can't get over the
They
top.
can't get over that hump. But I'm going for them this time.
it's
I'm
home
gonna
too,
get them
right?
at home.
It's at Detroit.
Yo, yeah,
Their
I
coach
got
gonna
it.
stop
Yes,
crying.
Detroit.
He gonna stop crying
Definitely.
tomorrow. Nope. I want y'all to go
Okay.
with
I'm going with Philly.
Phil. Okay, go ahead, son.
I'm going to go with
I
Detroit.
like Jalen Hurts. I mean, I don't think he has a cast around him, but
Yeah, I'll go with the Philly. I got to go with Philly.
Go ahead.
All right. Cool.
this is unanimous. The Rams at the Texans.
Rams.
Yeah, Rams.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rams.
Go ahead, cause I am gonna touch the Texans with nobody.
Who are
The
the Texans?
San Francisco 49ers at the Chicago Bears.
Huh.
Don't be misled by what happened last week to Chicago.
Don't be misled by what happened to the 49ers. It was raining. It was just ugly for them. I'm just.
I'm going to San Fran.
I'll go San Fran.
Oh,
I don't know about Matt Nagy.
Who are they playing?
oh, Chicago.
Matt,
Wait,
Nagy,
oh,
Matt
it's
Nagy
Chicago?
isn't coaching.
It's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago, but Matt Nagy isn't coaching. He has COVID.
Oh, that might help him.
Yeah, remember when Cleveland won that playoff game without their coach?
Who
You know
doesn't
what?
have their coach?
You know what? I'm gonna switch
Chicago doesn't have a
up.
coach.
I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna say Chicago.
Arizona just won their game without their coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
They
Chicago.
lost too when he came back.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Yowza.
Yeah, can we come back to this one? I ain't even put my pick down.
I'm calling San Francisco.
I don't know.
I'm saying the Bears.
Oh
Check
man,
one thing real quick.
gosh,
It's like fantasy picks.
last week I picked
players.
Now, I mean, we're getting to the, we
the
gotta
grid.
get these.
You get these L's or W's.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. Everybody is Garoppolo quarterbacking.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they need to come up. I'm just gonna go to 49ers now. I'm just gonna put them down. I didn't pick them last week, and I was glad because the Colts was coming off of a high.
I'll go with.
Go with Chicago. Say it. Say it with your chest, Serge.
Bears, though. Where's it at again?
Chicago.
In Chicago, huh?
Windy City.
Well, it was windy and rainy last weekend in California. And they was working through What kind of storm was that out there?
I'll go with Chicago on this one.
All right. Go ahead.
I got to give them the home field advantage.
In what could be one of the interesting games of the week, the New England Patriots at the Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Chargers.
Really? Yeah, Chargers.
We're unanimous. I thought somebody might go with Belichick.
Nah. He don't got Tom Brady no more.
and the Chargers are not the Jets.
That's
okay.
Harsh.
The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle.
Ooh, right,
Oh,
right.
you know
Seattle. Seattle. We'll go with Seattle.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars at the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with.
Jacksonville.
I'm going Jacksonville. Geno Smith is just that garbage.
I don't even want to put Geno. Wait, I haven't even wrote mine down. Wait. So Geno's still gonna be. They ain't called Cam. God, dog.
I know, for real.
So who is? Oh my God.
You mean tell me that he's gonna get that Urban's gonna get a second win?
Nah, I'm gonna just go with Seattle. I'm gonna write it down because I can't. I just can't go.
Reggie, did you watch the end of the Monday night game?
I watched the whole damn game.
Geno is
The
horrible.
last drive.
Got sacked like 2 times, 3 times. in a
Three
row.
times.
Yeah.
I just think the defense for Seattle is a little bit better than.
I was hoping he'd
than
pull out a miracle,
Jacksonville.
and I was like, bro.
He was horrible.
I just don't understand how you throw that man. You throw an 80-yard touchdown to the guy and then don't throw to him.
Don't throw him
at
the rest of the
all.
game. I would have put it up for him.
I'm
every
throwing it
time.
to every play. Yeah, every play. No, we gonna
Like
throw
I
it
would
to
have
you.
given him that because 9 times out of 10, DK gonna catch that. That's
Yep.
gonna
And,
be
and
like.
the sad
he
part
has
about it
the
is,
speed.
so what you just said, throughout that game, how many times did they get Marshawn Lattimore for, personal fouls and this and that? what have
Exactly.
you?
He was in his head.
Wow, that was a
Exactly.
battle, too.
So if he was in his head, you throw it up there a couple times, you're gonna get pass interference calls.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. On to the next.
On to the next War Week.
Tampa.
Saints.
Tampa.
Yeah, I'll go with the Bucks.
Y'all already know who I'm going with. I mean,
Yep.
Let's go to the next.
Against Winston. That's what you're gonna do.
James gonna throw 5 touchdowns and
Yeah,
700
to
yards.
us. Two to us.
Big
Two to
sixes.
us. Two to us at least. Well, go ahead.
How many pick sixes do we want to call here? One.
At least
Nah.
one.
At least one.
I don't think there'll be a pick six, but I do think he has 2 turnovers. Whether they be fumbles and interceptions or just interceptions, or he will try to make a play and it will blow up
Now,
in his
what I
face.
will say is, like you said earlier about Brady, I think Brady's going to do the same thing he did against the Patriots, where all week long, B's been talking about every time we play them, we turn the ball over too much. Every time. I think Brady's
He's gonna be
I'm not,
very protective.
I don't care if I don't throw no touchdowns. I won't be throwing any interceptions.
Right.
I think Brady's going to be on that. Now, that's where the experienced quarterback thing come in. Because Winston may be like,
I'm chucking
gonna
it.
no, he knows like, oh, look, I'm
He
gonna
wanna
play it
eat
safe. I'm gonna play it
W's.
safe. I'm gonna play it safe. Then you get in the moment. It's like,
these
oh, he open.
Right.
Let me go and throw it to him. So again, if they win, you're gonna see me jumping up and down and social media going crazy.
So
If they lose, you ain't gotta worry about me off the bridge because I'm already off that bitch.
let me ask you this: worst case scenario.
Worst case.
Worst case scenario. Which one would you rather not see or see the least? The Saints blow us out, or we're up by 3 and Winston leads a game-winning drive at the end.
Winston
I'm cool
lead
with a
the game
blowout depending
winning.
on how good he's doing.
Winston lead that game when they better get a personal
Oh,
foul.
man.
I
Because
take his head
a blowout
off.
could be Brady 2 pick sixes or a
Right.
fumble.
Yeah.
But if it's him in a drive, he hitting every single receiver, and I might not get inside that damn buck group anymore for the next 2 weeks, bro.
take a whole extra week off.
Because everybody, all the Winstonites, they've been extremely quiet this week.
Because he been looking late.
No,
He was front temple.
No,
they
They
waiting.
waiting.
But
waiting.
they couldn't talk. First off, if he really looked like a stud on Monday night, they would have been talking noise regardless if they were waiting for this weekend. He looked horrible the week before the
I got
bye.
you.
He looked horrible
I got
on
you.
Monday night, so they had nothing to talk
I
about.
got you, but they winning.
That's what it is. I don't look.
Listen, if he leads a game-winning drive to win the game on tomorrow, I might pull a Machiavelli.
All right, go to the next
We're
set
gonna
of
be
picks,
around.
I
man.
might
Come
fake a
on.
death.
That's it.
The Washington football team at the Denver Broncos.
Denver.
Washington. Washington, all their emails.
That's a hard one.
That's,
It is.
yeah,
Washington
'cause
football team.
You got to see what old boy looked like
Let
on.
me see what
Is
the
it really,
spread is
though?
in that game.
Nah,
Teddy Bridgewater's, I think is he hurt?
I don't know. He looked horrible against the Browns. And you had Von Miller get 0 sacks, like
I think he's
zero
hurt, too.
pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Washington football team. I haven't said them this much. This
Broncos
year.
are favored by 3.5.
It's in Washington or in
It's
Denver?
in Denver. I mean, the home team usually gets 3
The
points,
3 points.
anyway. So the
I'm
fact
gonna
that
go
it's
with
3.5.
Washington.
I'm going Denver. I'm going Denver just because they're the home team.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with Denver.
What
Alfie?
did you say, Alfie? Oh, you called Denver. I'm the only one going Washington. Okay, I like that.
Good.
Last time that happened,
Fall
I
back
got,
back into last
Look,
place.
last time look, that was a part of how I caught that lead. Cause y'all ain't go for Jacksonville. Y'all look, okay, I like that. I like this. Come on, Washington.
Sunday night game.
Heineke.
Sunday night game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota.
Oh, that's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Wow.
Where?
At Minnesota?
It's at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Not for sure if Dak is 100% healthy.
Minnesota. If Dak playing or not, I'm picking Minnesota.
Cowboys.
I think that's gonna be the upset.
Minnesota
I'ma go
is
with
sneaky
Minnesota
nice.
for the upset. I'm gonna go with Minnesota for the upset.
Nah,
Minnesota
we're going
is sneaky
Cowboys.
nice.
Minnesota is sneaky nice.
Sneaky nice.
Going with
I'm
Cowboys.
going
Solomon
Cowboys
hates
because I
he
hate
hates
Kirk Cousins.
so it's okay.
Yeah.
I like
All
Kirk
right,
Cousins.
so these are my 2 games that I'm all alone with. Well, not really, because Reggie. Yeah,
I'm not
he
official.
went with
Oh, you picked the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you trying to get last place.
No. I'll be tied for 3rd with y'all. Nah. Because I'm going to catch up on y'all. No worries. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That Pittsburgh's
Monday
going to
night.
mess you up.
No, that Pittsburgh. Look, that's how y'all got messed up.
Monday
Y'all
night,
had picked your T 2
Monday night
times.
football. This game should have been a blowout, but now it's a real interesting game. The New York Football Giants
Nah.
at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
They are not going to be looking horrible for 3 games in a row. Especially to the Giants.
The Giants have beaten
Nah.
the Saints. They've beaten the
Carolina.
Panthers.
And that's it. And that's it.
That's 2 of the divisional
I'm just
teams.
saying.
And they lost to Washington. My bad.
They
I
are
know that, yeah.
41 points under 5.
All right, so
The Chiefs are under 500.
Yeah.
For the first
3
time.
and 4. First time under
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
so
That's
it's
okay.
been 3 years. First time in 3 years.
I'm going to take a risk and say the Chiefs.
You gonna take a risk? That ain't really a risk.
It's not a risk.
Let's go Kansas City.
I'm
All right.
taking the Chiefs as well. And the Thursday night game, I will not be watching. The New York Jets at the Indianapolis Colts.
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 That sounds like a bad game.
All right.
I'm feeling somewhat confident with my picks this week.
I hope the Browns are taking advantage of this bye week. Because
No, we're gonna mess them up. We got Chubb coming back. We got Chubb. We got our Conklin is back, so that means our line is short.
What are the records of the Steelers and the
Let's see here. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-3. The Cleveland Browns are 4-3.
Yep. Oh, okay, and they're in the same same division. Yeah.
Yup. And we got Chubb coming back. We got Landry.
Yeah, y'all need a win this week because y'all
coming back.
Baker, is he coming? Oh yeah, Baker is coming.
Baker's
back.
playing.
Baker's playing.
Yep.
He playing? Oh,
He said, "I ain't trying to lose my spot."
Nope.
It's just a flesh wound.
I just think that no, it's not. You have a torn like
labrum.
But that's on his other arm though.
It doesn't matter if he fall on that shoulder in the game, which he is.
He's
stuck
not gonna
every,
fall
okay.
doing anything. He's gonna be handing that ball off to Chubb. That's what he's
right.
gonna do. Just hand the ball off.
You forget Baker get happy feet like
that's fine.
like
Throw it away.
Jameis. He get
Throw it
happy
away.
Like Jameis. We want to
Throw it away. Hand it to Chubb. That's
right.
all you gotta do.
Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
y'all need a
It's
win
gonna
this
be
week.
great.
'Cause y'all
we
gotta
gonna get
see-
that
Y'all
one.
got to see Burrow and Chase next week
And we're gonna smack them up too.
in Cincy.
I'm with it.
All right.
In Cincy. So I hope you got the sound bite ready.
What's
I hope
sound
you got the sound bite because you know what my prediction for tomorrow is.
pain? I don't have that one.
Okay.
How do you not have that one, man?
All right.
I got this one.
Oh,
We talking
Rocky
about
IV,
practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
I got that one.
For people that care, which I don't, Rocky IV director's cut is out.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can have that piece of crap movie.
That's
The
best
greatest
Rocky.
movie ever.
That's the best Rocky in the whole series.
Which one?
Actually, I thought 3 was.
Yeah, 4 was real good.
4 is the best
It was
one.
not better.
I
than
thought
Rocky
3
III.
was.
It's got the greatest
I think
soundtrack.
Rocky V was better than Rocky IV, and Rocky V was terrible.
No, Rocky 4 is better
Rocky IV
because
was terrible.
that's what's going to happen at the coin toss tomorrow.
Okay.
They're going to flip the coin, and Levante just going to say,
Hey, woman.
break you.
Hey, woman.
I'm hoping. I'm gonna sit right there on the couch and just.
He's
Wait.
going to be praying.
Since your man ain't
No, I mean, no,
see
like
a
I
real
said,
man.
I mean, my prediction's coming down here. So anything that happens positive is gonna be an up for me. So I'd be like, oh shit. I'd be like, oh damn. Oh, I was wrong. And then when I say that, then something's going.
Please say something on social media because I will make that up on
Dude.
Sunday. Like,
You notice I don't post during the game.
yeah.
Watch, I'm gonna text Rage tomorrow. Watch, I'm gonna be like, throw the damn towel.
I'm gonna be like, it's
just an exhibition.
Nope, turn the phone over.
I tell you what,
We get up by
bring your
4
pretty little
touchdowns,
self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
Come on, woman.
Come on, woman.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman.
All right, I gotta roll out. I go to my mom's house.
Halloween weekend. Everybody, please stay safe.
Oh, what are you guys
out
doing for
there.
Halloween for the kids?
We ain't doing nothing. There's a game tomorrow. It's
Solomon-
wartime.
It's war week.
Solomon's
It's
not
wartime.
doing anything. I will have to take the child out.
Are y'all doing
Go
like
trick or
door-to-door
treating.
old school trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Is that
Take him
tonight or is
to
that
South
tomorrow?
That's
Tampa.
tomorrow. Come on,
You know,
man.
that's odd.
This year
On a
Halloween
Sunday?
fell on a weekend.
Well,
On a Sunday?
The Halloween is on the 31st. When do you go trick or treating? You don't go the day before. Ain't nobody.
Well,
got
no,
nothing
I mean,
planned.
it's just, I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
I
I
wouldn't
didn't
feel
think
right going
about
out.
Halloween fell on a weekend.
No, it's falling on a Sunday. Saturday would be cool, but
Oh,
Sunday?
man.
Come on, man.
That's the day it fall on. If it fell on a Monday, it's still the Monday.
Well, I can expect that, but I'm
Senior
Sunday-
citizens.
It's a church day, though. Everybody have those part. Was it fall? Is it what they call it, the fall festival at church?
Yeah, and all the children.
And
be
that's the
dressed
only
alike.
thing that scares me about tomorrow.
That's
The
why.
fact is Halloween, the voodoo, and the day after Halloween is All Saints Day. So Victory Monday could be All Saints Day.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's just the storyline.
The stars are lining up. I guess is what you're saying.
Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see again.
Now, like I said, this year Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and Tampa Tom are trick or treating. With that being said, we'll see you next week. Celebrating victoriously, coming from New Orleans, 7-1, NFC #1 seed so far. Anything you got to say, co-host, Culture Queen?
Nope. I'll see y'all next week with his, hers, and ours. Shannon Royal Davis signing off with.
Solomon Davis, go Bucks.
Peace in the Middle East.
Peace out. Go to my mama's house. She can buy me some clothes. I bought some shorts for you.
Look,
Yeah,
my-
extra.
Surgeon General, 40-year-old freshman, baby. Shout out to Gino Lexus, it's my brother. So special, yo, you killed it on this beat. I've been hearing people got a lot to say, but it really don't matter. You know what I mean? Forget what you heard. Look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no holding us down. Know we are who we are. Hey, we are phenomenal. Forget what you heard. Look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no holding us down. Know we are who we are. Hey, we are phenomenal. Coming to the game like LeBron James. Rookie of the year with no complaints. No faking statements, what we witnessing greatness. No matter all the hating that comes out they face then. The flow high, yo, guy go psycho on the mic though. Might show Michael's thriller killer in disguise. Whoa, eyes go out they sockets. He drop hits, beats knocking every time he come around, heads popping. Shorty's top notch, you're watching, crouching on the couch then. Heart stopping, sweat dropping to the floor of the court. 3 seconds in the game, nobody wants it more. Keep giving me the ball, game winning score. Believe they see what's up, just leave it up to us. When there's no one left to trust, call him Kobe in the clutch. They need a general and nobody else. I'm not trying to blend in, I'm separating myself. Get what you heard, look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no holding us down. Know we are who we are. Hey, we are phenomenal. Forget what you heard. Look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no holding us down. No, we are who we are. Hey, we are phenomenal.
Yo, blood thicker than water. I meant surgery at work, getting tips from my daughter. From earning nickels and quarters, graduated to dollars. One-way trips around the globe, gunpoint running on us. The 5 both think we hustling, but the product was music. Real life felt troubling. On stage I would lose it. New kid with the message, young pun help to spread it. Alfie on the camera, Swiss and Blaine on the next hit. Bumping nothing like me, bad habits and Fedosky. DAK on deck, stayed with the toasty. Blazed up the cipher, Dutch hit the lighter. 5 minutes later, lyrical prize fighters. I might just take it to the Accord with no AC. I spitting rhymes with my baby in the backseat. Before Gino Lexus, it was Jackie. It's thick, but it don't take blood to call you family.
Forget what you heard, look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no holding us down. No, we are who we are. Hey, we are phenomenal. Forget what you heard, look at us now. Say what you want, ain't no